Radio Phoenix. We are on 98.7 HD-2 and on the Arizona Sports app. And you can also catch us right now on YouTube as we are live from Twin Peaks in Glendale. Got a great crowd already building here, and happy hour rolling 3 to 6, and their famous 29-degree drafts, scratch-made food, the wall-to-wall sports. Nobody works in this town in March. It's clear here.
Why would they?
But another busy day in Arizona. Right now, the Arizona Wildcats men's basketball are on the floor in the Big 12 men's basketball tournament, taking on the Knights of UCF. We'll give you an update here in just a moment. We'll get you updated throughout the afternoon. And later today, Grand Canyon, the Antelopes will hit the floor as well. They got Nevada, the Wolfpack at 2:30 in the Mountain West men's basketball tournament qualifiers, or quarterfinals, I should say. Another huge one with NCAA tournament implications. Meanwhile, the World Baseball Classic delivered yet again some drama as Team USA is moving on to the quarterfinals, but they needed some help as Italy crushed Mexico 9-1, sending the Americans through the knockout round where they'll face Canada. And the WBC gave us one of the great moments in sports, in baseball, when Ketel Marte, and we're going to play it for you, stepped in against his own teammate, Eddie Rodriguez, and does this. Pitch.
Marte, loads, deep left.
How about that, Marte launching a 403-foot home run. Major League teammates becoming international rivals. That's the magic of the World Baseball Classic. All right, staying locally, of course, we talked about it yesterday. ASU basketball has officially hit the reset button. We'll get into that with Bobby Hurley being out after 11 seasons. Is it a sleeping giant in the Phoenix market with NIL power, or is the program fighting just to stay in the middle of the toughest league in college basketball? We'll dive into that today. Also, we're going to get into the Cardinals, the free agency, the draft outlook. Howard Balzer will join us. We'll catch up with Charles Davis to get his thoughts. We'll also talk about the brackets with Chris Dovertine, who will also join us to talk and look at the bubble and potential Cinderella teams. And, of course, we want to hear from you. In our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day, what's the biggest bracket mistake people make? And your 4 choices are picking too many upsets, picking too many favorites, ignoring mid-majors, or, my favorite, letting emotions decide. So go to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day social media platform. Just search Roc and Manuch, and you'll find it on all of them. And if you are looking for a roof inspection, State 48 Roofing is the call. All right, let's get started. Again, Wildcats, what's the score, lads? Give me an update.
It was 41-21 last time.
I need it right now.
46-25. Cats are absolutely dominating the UCF Knights.
I didn't need the play-by-play. I just needed a score. We all know you went to U of A.
Dominating the paint.
Yeah, it's UCF. I didn't even know they had a program.
They've had a great year. They're going to make the tournament.
They are?
Yeah.
They're not bad.
It's everybody. So it's the Big 12 and then everybody else, right?
Big 12, SEC, and then everyone else. Yeah.
That matchup tomorrow, heading toward Iowa State U of A.
Yeah, we'll smoke them again.
That'll be great.
I saw a stat talking about like conferences. Can you tell me how many? They celebrate Senior Day the last week of the basketball season.
Yeah.
How many seniors had a senior day for their basketball program in the SEC? Like, how many seniors you think were actually
total all of the teams
of all the SEC?
Oh man,
They got a lot of teams.
I'm going to say I'll just say a total of 10 out of all those teams. Because I think of all the underclassmen, all the freshmen. I'm going to say 10.
I'm going to go 15. Not more than that. 15.
Okay, lads.
I was thinking closer to 25 or 30. A lot of those guys transfer there as seniors or late classmen.
One.
Oh my
One.
gosh.
So let's nix the senior day for
Why even have it?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
One?
Yep.
One
amazing.
senior in the entire SEC.
That's amazing.
Well, I think to your point, I was kind of leaning that way initially about a lot of guys that transfer into the transfer portal or the NIL, but it seems like more and more are transferring into the SEC after a year or two.
Wow.
Or the Big 12. I mean, but one,
What school was it?
I think it's Kansas. I don't have that in front of me.
Kansas
I
is-
lost.
You said
I mean, not Kansas.
Kentucky?
Kentucky. Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky is.
Well, that's
Well, they're the proverbial one and done school for
I
years.
saw it on Barstool, and the
Yeah.
problem is I saw it this morning, and I kind of jumped, and I didn't get to see who the team was.
okay.
They never said it during the bit that I caught, but everybody was guessing the same thing like you did, and maybe we can look it up. But
Mississippi
it's
State,
Mississippi State.
Sean Jones Jr.
Okay,
was the
Wow.
one
That's it?
senior.
but what a
one
great
guy.
question that is.
That is.
Wow.
If you don't know crap about NIL and transfer portal and all that stuff, you're like, oh, seniors, SEC, 50.
Yeah.
Well,
One.
and I think that if you think
You
about
make
that,
some money at the bar on that tonight.
Well,
yeah, you're
it-
right.
Because
interesting.
Mississippi State, I mean, I could have, I would have gotten it.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. They talked to a couple of prominent freshmen this year, and they asked them about coming back next year, or are you looking forward to the draft? And I forget who it was the interview. This is on set. He said, "You know what? I'm really thinking about staying a few more years." Well, guys, kid's probably making $2.5, $3 million. He can improve his draft status, and on top of that, these guys are thinking of staying longer. When you get $4.5 million
Absolutely.
with Banza, the kid from BYU.
Oh, Debanza.
Debanza, yeah. I mean, he's 4.5.
Yeah.
What's the hurry?
Well, he even said when everybody, well, you're probably going to be the number one pick. He says, well, I haven't made my mind up yet.
So that's it. That hesitation
Yes.
5 years ago was nowhere to be
Oh,
found.
yeah.
Can't
Hey,
wait.
Is there a way, lads, to turn the camera on Jimmy B? Just focus on what he's wearing today. He's got the ugly pink hat, which is it's rainbow colors, so there's nothing wrong with that. And then he's got the collar shirt up. I mean, what?
Yeah,
And he doesn't have the chain.
Yeah, where's
So
Kane today?
he's wearing a
It's
zip
broke.
up with no shirt under it.
Point that
right.
computer down a little. Show everyone, Jimmy B.
Jimmy, where's your undershirt?
Oh, look at that guy.
How hot? It's going to be 90 freaking degrees.
So you got
I don't
the-
need another
but you got
shirt.
Then why would you wear a sweatshirt if it's going to be 90
It's not a
degrees?
sweatshirt.
Yeah,
it's
it-
lightweight.
It's long sleeve.
Yeah, but I have the sleeves pulled up to my
Okay,
elbow.
so that creates more heat.
So I'm showing off the guns.
So,
Yeah, the cap guns you got over there.
seriously, I know you're 80 plus years old.
No, 92.
I know, but somebody needs to help you. Isn't that group home you're in Sun Lakes? They got to check you. You have to check out.
No, here's
Like when you leave,
I'm
don't you
very-
have to check
I
out at
told
the
you,
front desk, the
I'm very
receptionist.
popular at the home for two reasons. A, I have a job.
Yeah.
And B, I can drive, and I can drive at night,
And you can call bingo.
and I can call bingo.
By the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
we are looking. We are starting bingo at Orangedale, the bar that I'm involved in, on Mondays.
Okay.
Jimmy. Right now we have trivia on Tuesday.
Okay,
It's the
yeah.
voice, the PA voice of the Diamondbacks that does it, and he's going to be doing our Mondays as well
Wow.
until Lads gets hired.
Okay.
We're trying to get him hired.
Trying
over
to get
there.
him hired for that.
But yeah, so if we have somebody call out,
Sure.
you can kind of fill in. Can we call in?
Yeah, call. I'll come fill it. B22. That's B22.
Seriously,
And
don't.
I'm looking at you.
It's a serious question. 'Cause don't you want, I'm sure your kids remind you sometimes
What's
of
that?
things that you do and don't do. And my parents will be here next week, and
Yeah.
it's embarrassing. My dad wears Birkenstocks, and I think it's a joke. People that wear Birkenstocks, what are you wearing?
I have
Got the
just
Asics
tennis
on.
shoes.
Yeah,
He's stepping up.
they're on sale at Ross. So the Birkenstocks,
No Target.
the Birkenstocks are
Yeah.
just, I don't understand. When you turn 60, all of a sudden
I
guys
don't- I
start
don't
wearing
have-
Birkenstocks.
I
Yes,
would-
you do. You wear them.
I don't have it.
Birkenstocks are sandals, open sandals.
Well, I wear
Not-
sandals,
not
but
like
they're not
slide.
Birkenstock.
They look like Birkenstocks. So you just got the cheap brand. So they're not the brand Birkenstock. That's a
Right.
brand.
Yeah.
But you do wear them.
I
And they're
like-
comfortable. I get it.
They're
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in style too.
They
No,
are
they're
back.
not.
Yes,
A lot of
they
college
are.
kids wearing
There
them.
you go.
That's the
Thank
dumb.
you, Les.
You look what you have. This
I
is
would
what
never,
happens
but-
when you don't have to study. You have AI and you have your phone. These kids don't get it.
It's a
The new
Midwestern.
generation.
They would wear
I'm
this
sorry for
stuff
the new
too.
generation.
Yeah.
I mean, our country's
Just don't wear-
it's challenging right now. Imagine it's going to be in 30 years.
Jimmy, just don't wear socks with them.
I don't.
If you
I
do,
never do.
you won't make the show.
You, look, rock rags on me when I even just show up in them.
Well, today it looks like you just woke up and just threw something on. I got to
did.
be honest.
That's
It does.
look, I went to the gym, did my workout, and
All right, you really
And
you
then-
going to go there?
Yeah.
So tell us,
she likes it.
tell us tell us again. We only have a 7-second delay. Tell us what is a typical day at the gym for Jimmy B. What is like?
I generally
I
get
need
there.
to buy myself.
Yeah, I get there
right
and I hit the gym for about half hour, 40 minutes, and then when I'm done with my machines, I hit the bike and ride around the neighborhood for about 25 minutes, work up a good sweat, and then park the bike, come in. If I have to talk to Manuch, I talk to him, and then I get in the shower, get ready for the show.
So you do all that for a 3-hour radio show to get ready for a 3-hour radio show?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you literally, what machines are you on?
I always do curls. I always do flies. I do leg presses as well. And I bench press just dead weight. I bench press dead weight once a month just to see if I can
Just the bar? You're just doing the bar?
fight me. I can still bench press my weight.
So do you? Well, you're 5'2". So do you have like a book and you write it all down?
No.
Oh, okay, you don't keep track like that. All right.
No.
All right.
I'm too skilled.
All right. Up next, former Suns broadcaster Tim Kempton says the Suns are going to be locked in tonight against the Pacers. The captain of Italy hits 3 home runs, being compared to Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, Mr. March. We got our replay rewind next, all coming up here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Mania is back at Twin Peaks, and so is the Dose Millions Bracket Challenge. Fill out your bracket at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com by March 19th at 9 a.m. for a shot at $2 million. The top bracket at every Twin Peaks wins a $50 gift card. Plus, grab $15 Dos Equis buckets all day Saturday and Sunday. Cold beer, wall-to-wall games, $1 million stakes. Enter now at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com.
You applied to Grand Canyon University because you want somewhere fun and affordable, where hands-on classes and access to industry pros can help you build skills employers need, with the opportunity to graduate in less than 4 years. You want to feel seen, loved, called to more, to know you found your purpose. Make yourself the main character. Begin your story. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the TaylorMade Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 12th through the 15th. The new TaylorMade QI 4D driver family is TaylorMade's fastest, most fittable driver line. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch. When tragedy strikes, the impact is immediate and devastating. That's when the 100 Club of Arizona steps in, providing financial assistance, guidance, and emotional support to the families of public safety officers injured or killed in the line of duty. They also invest in mental health resources, injury prevention, and scholarships for the children of first responders. Every day, Arizona's public safety professionals put their lives on the line. The 100 Club of Arizona has their back. Learn more at 100club.org.
Now it's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in replay rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
All right, we'll start with the Suns. It'll get underway in just a few hours in Indianapolis as the Suns are trying to lock it down the stretch. And former Suns Tim Kempton joined us earlier in the week and says he expects Phoenix to come out focused and ready tonight.
I think these guys understand the situation. You just go back a couple games to Chicago. I think that was one of those ones, they were shorthanded a little bit, but they got some pieces back, but they just weren't focused that night. I think this road trip, great win last night in Milwaukee. Obviously, you have a shorthanded Indiana team, but I think the focus is there. I think they're ready, and I think they'll handle their business against the Pacers tomorrow night.
And as they should. This team's 15 and 50.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going nowhere fast. Go in there tonight, get off to that fast start. I think we hit this a little bit this week and talk about the Suns team. They just got to get their defense realigned. Can't be giving up 60 points. I don't care who it is per half. Now, their pace has been good, going up and down the court. And the only one right now that's questionable is Grayson Allen and Goodwin are the only two besides Mark Williams being out.
Right.
Really the only ones that are out per se. So
I can tell you this, Dylan Brooks has the cast off of his hand. And in the morning shoot around, I saw some video of him. He was indeed holding the basketball with that hand. So he's getting close to coming
and
back.
it's the offhand, too.
It's the offhand.
Yeah, on the left hand. That's like, if he comes back within the next week or so, it's like, 3 weeks ahead of time. And if guys heal quickly, if they can wrap it, brace it pretty good.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is they says the impact of catching the basketball.
That's it.
And bouncing the basketball.
Or if you get it hit.
And if you get it hit again,
defense,
that's the only thing that they're a little leery of. But I guess if you wrap it up enough and you cushion it enough, that it should be okay. I think it's some of the linebackers out there that break their forearms or break their hands. They got the big clubs on. They can tackle, but they cushion it so much that the impact doesn't re-break the bone.
Right.
That's the only contention. That's the only thing they're worried about in reference to Dylan Brooks coming back. He's re-injuring it here as they come down, 17 games ago.
All right, over in international baseball, Team Italy had a night thanks to the Captain Vinny of the Kansas City Royals.
Vinny
hit
Pasquantino.
3 home runs in one game in the WBC. Here's the FS1 call of the 3 bombs.
That ball's hit pretty well. Right field and deep. Duran back to the wall. He is there. Leaps. And it's gone. Pasquantino doesn't know it. It's 1-0 Italy. To right. And that's deep. And that's gone. Pasquatch. Strikes. That one, I'm not sure if he got it all. Let's see. It's deep. It is gone. He's hit 3.
Here's an interesting statistic. Every player that plays for Italy is American born.
Sure.
I think there's one guy who's born in Canada, but they're all American.
I think he was the guy making the espressos.
Well, they have them there. I mean, it was a machine. So
that's what I'm saying.
They do.
He gave the espresso to every home run. Vinny Pasquantino, 32 dingers with the last couple years with the Royals. But not many people outside of Kansas City.
Right.
Vincenzo Pasquantino. And he got his money's worth. And, this team quietly, the Italians, are 4-0 in World Baseball Classic play.
All right, let's continue because he, after the game, was asked about, of course, that wild night, and people are comparing him to Reggie Jackson, calling him Mr. March. Here he is, the captain, reacting after the game.
Vinny, Reggie Jackson hit 3 home runs in a World Series game, and he becomes known as Mr. October.
Mr. March?
Some might call you Mr. March.
No. And this is like the regular season of the tournament too. So it's just a good night. That's it. This will be forgotten very soon. So, but it's, anytime you can just say Reggie Jackson's name to me is cool. But it's special. I wasn't really thinking about it. Just, honestly, I was really happy with the 2-2 take I had that. I had been chasing quite a bit to the point that, I wanted to just cry. It's just like, hey, stop chasing balls. Like, just take balls. And I took that pitch, and I think I was about as happy as I could be. So I was happy with that. And then obviously the result that followed was cool. So it was a good night, but, we got to flip the page and get to Saturday.
And the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame wanted his bat.
Yeah.
He said, no, I'm sorry, guys. I'm hot. Yeah. I love this bat. And then if it's not broken by the time the tournament's over, at that point, he might give it away. Imagine that. Hey, we want your bat. Yeah. No, I've still got several games to go.
He's a cocky effort.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's calling out the United States and stuff. Come on.
You just said you're welcome, USA.
Fun. It's fun, Rock.
They
don't call out the United States where you were born. Reality. If you want people ripping you,
well, you rip me every 10 seconds.
He didn't.
What does
all
he
he said was, and you know what? They did the USA. We talked about this yesterday.
Did him a favor.
They did him a favor.
Yep.
Italy did USA. Just say, hey, you're welcome, USA.
That's it.
It was all in fun, all in jest.
It's great.
He wasn't going to rip.
He was USA. Serious.
He was. Hey, you're welcome, fellas. Said it in a very fine way.
So cocky.
I love it.
I hate it.
I'm with it.
But he's back.
I'm Italian, but I just. It's like, come on, dude.
Benny, you go. Well, he was a little hyped up on the Expressos, too. So.
Probably.
All right, halftime of the Arizona UCF, closer than I thought it was going to be. 46-30 right now, 16 points. That's it. When they came, lads, I mean, come on. I thought you were going to blow them out convincingly. It's a 14-point game.
Can't win them all by 30.
You can turn that around pretty quick.
Wow. Can't win them all by 30, right? Give or take. I love that.
And the MAC championship today. By the way, we didn't get to talk about it on Monday when Ohio took Miami to overtime. Won a lot of money. Had a good weekend.
Yeah.
The spread was like 4.5 or something like that, or 5.5. So that was great. They lost, but they didn't. I didn't lose.
They covered. Yeah.
But for them to get beat by UMass, who was a 17 or 16 to 15 team, just over 500, to beat a team that was 31-0. I still think they're going to squeak in.
I think they
have to. It'll look bad on the tournament guys.
Yes.
Just throw them in there. Put them in a 14, 15 seed.
Put them in the play-in.
Yeah, put them in the play-in. Let them go to Dayton.
Yeah, put them in the play-in.
So a home game for them at Dayton, though.
So
it'd be a home game for them there at Dayton. Because Miami, Ohio is right outside Cincinnati.
Right. Yeah.
So if you get two teams to go to the MAC from the MAC, you get whoever wins the tournament.
Yeah.
Miami goes in, whoever wins.
Which takes a spot away, hopefully, from those lousy SEC bottom feeders.
I think
like Auburn and teams like that who are saying, oh, yeah, we should be in, and you're at 500.
if Auburn beats Tennessee today, Miami, Ohio's in trouble.
If who?
If Auburn beats Tennessee in the SEC tournament today.
Auburn already lost.
Oh, that was this morning? They lost?
Oh, yeah, they're out. Auburn's out.
No, they're playing Tennessee right now.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I thought
they beat them. They're in trouble.
I thought it said, I saw a headline that said, Miami, Ohio remains in despite loss. Auburn falls out for now.
Yeah.
They're beating Tennessee 32-25 at half.
Wow.
So if they beat them, Miami, Ohio's in trouble. I don't think the committee wants to put two MAC teams in the tournament.
They don't.
What's wrong with the MAC?
But they won't
The
have
metrics.
a choice.
Jimmy B says it. The metrics.
The metrics for Miami of Ohio are just awful, absolutely awful. But it's one of the things that when you win 30 games like they did, you just can't look the other way. I mean, you can only play the teams on your schedule. Manuch, you say that all the time. You can only play who's there, and they did. And maybe it wasn't pretty every game, but they found ways to win. And I think if they go to Dayton, that would be fine.
And you would think they give them some kind of solace for being undefeated.
Yeah.
You think there'd be some, you talk about the metrics, the points, the
Right.
RPI. You think there'd be some measurement. And you do your test and measurement. So, okay, you're undefeated. You got beat. The problem is they got beat in their first game,
round.
round.
Yeah.
And whoever wins that going forward, what is their metric?
Yeah.
Now, could you imagine if only one team went from the MAC and it was Miami of Ohio and the team that won the MAC gets dissed?
No, you can't. No, if you
So
win,
it's automatic?
yeah,
Okay.
it's automatic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's automatic. The winner is automatically in. So that would be two teams from the MAC.
How bad would it be, though, if you are a Miami kid?
Yeah.
And you go 31-1.
Yeah.
And you don't get into
I
it.
know.
And if UMass will probably lose their next game, right?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, this
It was
game.
just,
And was it Miami up by, I don't know,
Up by 10, two different times with
yeah.
less than 10 minutes left.
and come back and lose and come back and win that game. Yeah, it'd be unfortunate. I think with we get Chris Dobertine on here, the bracketologist at 2:30, get his thoughts on how that minutia figures out, because it would be very sad if
they didn't get
they didn't get in, and if they didn't get in, why? You mentioned the metrics. Does that trump any of the others that would get in even as a 16th seed?
Yeah,
that would be.
That's why I say that they go to Dayton and they play in the play-in tournament.
That's what it's for, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's
everybody.
for.
You know, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
You know, and if I still, you know, watch out for Ohio, you man. I know they're under 500. They got the gold flashes today.
I remember the one year they made the tournament, and we were doing over at that cigar bar. We were doing our show, and Ohio had a hell of a team that year. It's probably about 12, 13 years ago, and we're at the cigar bar. The Roc is set up, and Ohio wins. The Roc is beside himself, but that was a good team.
Yeah,
from Ohio, the Bobcats, and they get the Sweet 16. I believe.
That's like the only Sweet 16 shirt I had.
So we figured the next game we would go back to that cigar bar where the Locker probably was the Saturday that they played that Sweet 16. But
okay.
That was a good team.
Today's Replay Rewind is brought to you by Learner Row. Interact. Need a check, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. All right, the sports professor, Rick Porro. We're going to talk about Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC. It's drawing some really big TV audiences on CBS, not pay-per-view. We're going to get into that with him. The NFL adding a Thanksgiving Eve game and much, much more. And then if there's time, and if you're tuning in just for the segment with him, there probably won't be a lot of time, but we may get his thoughts on the WNBA lockout. Only if there's time. But I doubt there's going to be time because I'm stretching this so we're going to be late going to break. So we won't have time, Jimmy, because Jimmy B likes to talk women's basketball. I'm sorry. It doesn't move the needle, and that's why we may not get to it. All right? Is that all right, Jimmy?
Look, I'm crushed that you referenced that, but that was not going to be my first question.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay.
Are
All
you
right.
sure?
Yes.
All right. Rick Porro's next after this ESPN Radio 628 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, the ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. Here's the latest in the Big 12 Conference Tournament quarterfinals as the Arizona Wildcats are taking on the UCF Knights. Right now, Arizona's winning 48-33. There's about 17 remaining in the second half, and leading the way for the Wildcats is Braden Berries with 12 points and 2 rebounds. In the Cactus League, the Arizona Diamondbacks are at the Salt River Fields taking on the Colorado Rockies, where the D-backs lead currently over the Rockies 2-0 at the top of the second. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is brought to you by Twin Peaks. With 5 Valley locations across, join us today as we are broadcasting from the one in Glendale. Powered by Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer. Enjoy happy hour every day from 3 to 6, and don't miss Michelob Ultra specials every Thursday. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views. Coming up, Rick Coral takes a look at the latest in the business side of sports.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like. Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-420-4556. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-420-4556. That's 888-420-4556. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-420-4556 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-420-4556.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports, author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook, host of Power of Sports, and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports, the sports professor Rick Horrow joins Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Where are you at today, Rick? Players? Are you at the Players?
Oh, no, sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm at the ACC tournament in Miami and Toledo right now. And then play.
Then the Players. Okay.
I just played Pinehurst for 5 hours, 5 rounds. And I did North Carolina the day before that. Yeah. So you want to go backwards or forwards?
I don't even know we want to continue this conversation. You're going to just throw us under the bus. So you got to play 5 rounds at Pinehurst, or was it a 5-hour round? Or was it
no. 5 4.5-hour round.
Wow. Okay. Was it Pinehurst number 2?
Number 2, number 4, number 6, number 10, and number 8.
How are you still awake? I mean, I would think you'd be asleep for days after playing that much golf.
Yeah, well, but this is game number 4 of the ACC tournament for me, and then I'm going to be here tonight for Duke and North Carolina.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Rick, in all that you do as a sports professor around the entire world, is March your busiest month?
Hard to know. I mean, October is that month where, all 4 of the sports, soccer included, all coalesce. For Manuch, that means come together, coalesce. Together.
Thanks for slowing that down. You didn't take that class at Kansas State. Spell it out for me, Rick.
Yeah, spell it out for you. So, what happened to Hurley at Arizona State?
I don't know. You never won. You never won 11 seasons. I mean, I know you're a Duke guy, but that's. I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be just fine.
Is Ray Anderson going to be tarred by that, or when they brought him in, he was shot in the arm?
I don't think so. I think a lot of people thought the writing on the wall was a few years ago, and I think. Some may say that they should have let him go earlier this year, but they did not. He paid out. I mean, they just didn't renew his contract. So, he had a good run. I mean, 11 years is it bad for a smaller type Big 12 basketball program? We don't have the money. They don't have the money here, Rick.
I understand it, and he had a hell of a motivational first half yesterday against Ohio State. What a great half!
Yeah.
Oh, never.
Sorry. Hey, as we got the tournament coming up, which is going to be a lot of fun. It sounds as though this could be one of the biggest years ever when it comes to people playing the brackets and getting into all the fun with the madness. What do you attribute that to?
stability and ease of gambling even more than before. You know, the last few years after it was made legal, easy, even beforehand. You know, that Challenger Gray Christmas study that's done every year and is going to be published probably next week. It talks about how the most unproductive days in the history of the United States are the Thursday and the Friday. That's because everybody's gambling. Now it's easier to do. I think you saw the Super Bowl gambling legal handle up about 20% this year. I think the same thing for basketball. By the way, I'm obviously down here as if Vital can do it. I can do it in the middle of a screaming University of Miami crowd. And if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. I'll just hang up. I mean, goodbye.
No, you're good. You're good.
No,
we hear you. We hear you. Great.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Now, speaking of the March Madness for Ceremania, advertisers all in. What kind of numbers are we saying for a 30-second 1 minute ad when you talk about the Thursday and Friday all eyes basically on college basketball?
Yeah, that was a damn foul. Oh, you're not watching. I think Thursday and Friday are going to be about 25% higher than the years before. Because, you know, we all now have unlocked the secret about it just counting. It's not just one big television set with rabbit ears. You're going to look at all the digital, all of the streaming for Thursday, Friday, and it's off the charts. Because you remember Thursday and Friday days were days normally that if people snuffed the look, they would do it on their devices and their iPads. Now you do it and you get it counted. So, you know, are you North Carolina? Are you Louisville fans? Any of you?
I worked in Louisville for a while. I did Denny Crump's last game when he was the head coach there.
Wow. There are some 16-year-old high-pitched girls who probably don't know basketball who are screaming during foul shots. And it reminds me of a Taylor Swift concert. Not that I've been to a lot, but that's enough.
Could be Jimmy B's grandkids. Could be. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Or I guess in Jimmy's case, what, great grandkids?
Could be. Yeah. Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
FBB.
Yeah.
FBB kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I know we're. So wait.
Go ahead.
Here's my agenda question for you. WBC next Thursday night championship game in Miami. It's a long way from me now in Miami, but I'm going to do it because it is kind of one of those unique calendar events. What do you think how do you think WBC's been going?
All I can tell you is from what I have seen, and that was going to be my question to you, the television ratings have been sensational, and the games have been really fun to watch. So I'm going to guess that the television networks who are involved in showing the World Baseball Classic are probably pretty happy. So I will go to you, the sports professor. Is that a sound statement or not?
It's a very sound statement. And also when you compare it with what other baseball counter programming would exist second week in March, it is preseason and you would cover those games, but not too many people care to watch spring training, Cactus League, Grapefruit League games, especially the first third of them. And this is an incredible alternative, especially when you have a bonehead DeRosa comment that he doesn't even know if they need to win the game to qualify for the quarter. That's certainly added to that. You realize that Italy saved that guy's bacon. Now nobody's going to care about what his comment was, and so that adds to the intrigue of what's happening. I'm excited about it. They need to have that international theme, an international format is very good in a lot of ways. The NHL All-Star deal, obviously the NBA All-Star this year, and even the NFL with the flag football stuff is bringing back international. Because one thing we do as Americans is we hate everybody else.
Yeah. So, Rick, does Vinny Pasquantino, he's on the map worldwide, thank you, USA, for the Italian team. How much more advertising marketing comes for one Vincent Pasquantino, the first baseman for the Kansas City Royals? So a lot of people didn't know much about this young man until yesterday.
A lot of pizza, a lot of pasta. I do think at the end of the day, the Italian story, and after all, it's most of the Italian players are Americans with passports that allow them to play for those teams. That kid is different. And, now what's going to happen is let's see what happens for him in one more game, maybe two or maybe three. But household name, and in Kansas City, if you're a superstar that comes out of the woodwork, they're very friendly, and I think there may be some real good endorsement opportunities.
Hey, Rick Horowitz joining us from the ACC tournament, Louisville and North Carolina, was it?
Yeah,
Miami.
Well, that'll be
Miami. The Duke,
Yeah, well,
Duke,
no.
North Carolina's later. Yeah.
Nobody follows
No,
ACC
no.
anymore.
Did you say
Nobody follows that league.
Did you
Nobody
say
follows
from
that.
Louisville, North Carolina? Is that what you said? This is Charlotte. It's Charlotte. Right?
No, Charlotte is in North Carolina, is what I meant.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, my
you
parents-
did, but you didn't say it. You didn't
Yeah,
mention
well,
it. You didn't say it.
I
So
meant
that's
it.
okay.
My parents live there, so I know the area quite well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we can go
I
play.
got it.
We'll play Valentine whenever you're ready. All right. So Rick, Wednesday NFL football. Are you up on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I'm thinking that the way all of that's going to work, and part of my question too is, I was going to make a comment about NFL football for a minute on free agency. The last 3 days, even though we have conference championships, which are compelling as you get into the weekend, 95% of the ink is free agency. And I know some teams did better than others, but it is incredible if it's not. The NFL goes from Super Bowl to underwear final combine to free agency to the draft to the opening of camp. There is no downtime in the NFL anymore in proof of history.
Rick, I wish we had more time. We really wanted to break down the WNBA lockout, but I don't think we need to. We need to, blow off some sponsors for that. So
Or lose them.
Yeah. So
Caitlin Clark
thank
put
you,
on
buddy.
a show yesterday.
Yeah, great. Rick, thank you, buddy. As always. So the players over the weekend, right? You'll be at the players for the weekend.
Players over the weekend. Duke today. Duke tomorrow. Assuming they win. Players over the weekend. And then back home, and then out for the NCAAs.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you for joining us on the road. We always appreciate you, Ricky. Thanks.
Yeah, and by the way, don't blow up any sponsors because God knows you need them.
I know. You're right. Amen.
You're right.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor the program, 602. Yeah.
Bye.
That's it, buddy. That's Rick Coro joining us from Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, I love that area.
Oh, it's great.
Sister, her husband lived there. My parents live in a place called T.E.K., which is South Carolina. It's
Right.
just over the line.
Beautiful spot. Nice lake too.
Which lake is it?
I know the lake.
See, why you not, dude? You do the same crap.
I can
You
back
bring
up
up something you don't have back.
Oh,
up.
I can
he
back
can't
up.
tell me it's Lake Norman or whatever it may
Lake
be.
Norman is north. It's Lake Wiley.
Like this, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Rock, I can back up what I said, put out there. I would never put it out unless I could back it up. Trust me.
Did you work? You probably did.
I
right?
ran a sports talk radio station.
You ran one?
Yeah.
So then why do we have challenges with you now to even cut paste some sound this morning?
Because I'm technically challenged.
But you ran a station.
I didn't have that back then.
What did you do?
Yeah, what do
How
you
did you get sound? You knew how to cut sound.
No,
Did
I
you-
didn't do it.
did you cut-
I was the boss. I had guys do it for me, like lads.
They had the what do you call them? The 8
Cart
tracks?
machine.
Cart machines.
Hell yeah.
Who did the cutting and pasting of that?
Not
Or the
me.
Slice and paste. I could never imagine doing
Production.
The real.
Production.
Or you had the carts,
Oh,
right?
I
remember
had
when I did radio, I did carts.
Yeah, I had those.
8 tracks.
But I started with reel to reel when I started my broadcasting career. Yeah.
When did it, how ahead of you were you, when television switched from black and white to color? What year was that?
I think that most TV stations made that jump in the
Late
early 60s. I think it was early 60s.
So you were basically getting ready to retire then?
Close. Yeah.
We're going to get his age one of these days.
He was in the
He will not, Jimmy B will not tell us, even when we got his resume, which I don't even think was a resume.
No, I think
it was an not an email. I think it was a handwritten on yellow pad that said, "Hey, we'd love to come join. I'd love to come join you guys. I'm doing radio in Des Moines or wherever it was, and we needed help. And he's been with us for 6-7 years now, and we still don't know how old he is.
And when we
HR won't tell us.
Well, when we interviewed him, you and I sat down with him. I had my HR hat on. We couldn't really ask. we're not married or not. We were allowed, friends. So I just made sure you didn't go across the line. So like, Rock, just if it was something out of line, I'd nudge you. Can't ask that.
All right, we had a couple guys when we walked in here to Twin Peaks in Glendale. The guys asked, are the Cardinals going to draft a quarterback? And I said, well, I don't think so. You got Jacoby Brissett, you got Gardner Minshew, and what we're going to get into next kind of plays into this. There's the next great wave of NFL quarterbacks are not in this year's draft. It's coming in 2027. There was an interesting piece in Sports Illustrated that we're going to pass along that has a lot of interviews from some of the scouts and what they are saying as the true quarterback class for a franchise, a true franchise talent, is coming next year. So we'll talk about that next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Whatever you're craving, we got it. Tequila cocktails, premium bourbon pours, and top shelf spirits served over ice balls that hit just right. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails, yep, all here. And with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget the teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts we're famous for. Pair it all with scratch kitchen bites that actually satisfy. From shareables to hearty favorites. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and it's Window Madness time in the Valley, where you can score a slam dunk deal at Advanced Window Products. You can get $2,500 off the purchase of 10 or more windows during their March spring special, and if you need fewer windows, they will prorate the discount so everybody wins. Advanced Window Products gives you a distinct home court advantage. They're a local window and door manufacturer that sells directly to the public with no middleman markups, and they are celebrating their 40th anniversary, which means they are a trusted veteran you can rely on. They'll deliver you a triple-double, where they'll build your windows, install your windows, and then guarantee them for life. You'll also get full court coverage with a warranty that is transferable, which adds value if you ever sell your home, and you'll get fast break installation, big league quality, and minor league pricing. Call today at 480-764-2110, online at advancedwindows.com.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Ave in Glendale. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at Twin Peaks in Glendale. And on this day, way back in, and I think Jimmy B may remember this, 1903.
Oh, yeah.
A particular team from New York officially renamed themselves the New York Yankees. Name that team.
The Bombers.
Close.
I have no clue.
Play along?
Jim, you were around then those days. I
I already said that. I'm going against the laughs.
Yeah, I
not
get it.
you. I know you want. I know you want to get some attention.
No,
But I've already said that. Why do you got to jump on board? I mean, if you want to drive, you're more than happy
I
to
mixed
drive.
it in my conversation in order to give you an answer. That's how you do
It
that,
was the
though.
New York Highlanders.
Yeah.
Over you.
Yeah. Shut up. Well, no, now that you said it.
All right, now
I
you.
take
All right,
it
this
back.
one is for both of you. 1985, Larry Bird, a 60-point game.
Yeah.
That's now shared a franchise record with Jason Tatum, who scored 60 points in the win over Atlanta recently, or I think it was last year or something. 1987, David Robinson, 50 points for Navy in the NCAA tournament. Watch out for Navy. As no, they're good.
No, they're not bad.
They may squeeze in.
Yeah, but look, when David Robinson played there, I mean, they had David Robinson. They had a really good.
He was
point
the
guard.
show.
He was the show. But they had a really good point guard. I've forgotten his name, and they beat a lot of people.
The funny thing about that tournament, once that tournament was over, he had to report for duty.
He did.
For submarine
Yes,
service.
yeah.
So they kept talking about it. He was hoping they would go as hard as they could because he had to report, I think, within 2 weeks to go do his submarine service. Guy's 7'2".
Well, he was never on the submarine.
No, I know, but that was his assignment.
It was.
In
Yeah.
some way, they kind of finagled that so he could get drafted by the NBA.
All right, and finally, we all remember this like it was yesterday, and it sucked. 2020, the NCAA tournament cancellation for the first time since the inception in 1939 because of COVID-19, the pandemic. We had to cancel the tournament.
And it was a couple days earlier we talked about this. Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
they
yeah.
canceled the 2019. They came out. They canceled that game.
That game was in Dallas, if memory serves me correctly, and they the place was full, and they had to make the announcement. Everybody's looking around, going, "What?
So just
What's
a couple
going
days
on?"
later,
Yeah.
tournament gets canceled.
Dang. All right, football 50. According to a new report from SI, the 2027 NFL quarterback draft class is shaping up to be one of the strongest in years. Of course, the headline name is Arch Manning. The other is Dante Moore. So we are looking at some big-time prospects that, of course, some of them came back to return because they're making so much damn money. Why would you?
Sure.
If I'm an agent, I'm telling these kids, dude, why do you want to leave college? Exactly. I mean, these kids aren't stupid. They all hear their friends and their dads and everybody else. Dude, stay in college as long as you can.
Yeah. Why do you
now you're getting paid $1 million plus.
Why do you think Trinidad Chambliss is trying so hard to fight the appeal? By the way, I haven't seen anything come
I
down
haven't
yet.
either. I was just going to ask you if you saw it.
Yeah, that's currently the appeal when the judge in Mississippi acknowledged
They're
it. Said,
actively still challenging.
Yes.
It's down to the Mississippi State Supreme Court.
Yeah.
But what was he making? 4.5, 5 million?
Right in that area.
So depending on what his draft status would be, the reason why he probably fighting it, he probably found out he probably won't come out till a third or fourth round. And on average salary, he'd probably make more staying in school. That's going to be very interesting because he's got to declare before that draft, which is what 6 weeks away? Yeah, last week of April. So he's fighting. And you're right. These guys are making. In fact, I think Arch Manning quasi took a pay cut so they could go get more kids for this year coming up. Receivers, running backs, what have you.
Also in the news, and when it comes to our football at 50, Brian Kelly, remember him? He was fired last October, just 8 games into his 4th season at Baton Rouge and the LSU Tigers. He spoke the other day, and despite him being out of football, he is not ruling out a return to coaching. So right now he spends time visiting programs around the country. He's going to all the spring practices, the fall practices. He's studying how these teams basically are operating NIL, the transfer portal era. You know, we've talked multiple times over the last few months on, finding that person that could be part of a group that can lead college football. We've talked about Rick Neuheisel and Saban and Ohio State's former Ohio State. Urban Meyer, thank you. And I think you could put Brian Kelly in that mix.
I think he would. I think he knows enough about the sport where it's going.
He has 200 wins and 76 losses.
Yeah.
He's been a tremendous coach. It just did not. I think it passed him by too fast when he was at LSU.
Yeah, and he was a micromanager that really hurt him.
He was.
At Notre Dame and at LSU.
Yep.
I'll still never forget his press conference. And he got the Baton Rouge slang.
Yeah, he's trying to talk
Cajun,
Cajun.
dude.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Just a white boy. Jeez.
Yeah, just be yourself. They stole you from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You have nothing to prove.
what was his buyout? Like $20 million, $25 million.
He got news up there.
He got paid. It was
way.
I think guys like that have been there, done that, can add a wealth of knowledge. It's just a matter of how they turn that Titanic around. To get it back, get NIL under control, the portal. Portal's getting there with the once a year and the heavy penalties.
That's much better now with the portal.
The heavy penalties is a step in the right direction on the portal.
All right, NFL draft is up next. Of course, free agency, we've seen a couple tiers have gone through. We'll get into that a little bit later at Howard Falter as we talk Cardinal football. But Charles Davis, which prospects are rising fast on his draft board? Is this quarterback class really as weak as people say? So we'll dive into all that and more as we continue on from Twin Peaks in Glendale. Thanks to Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. This is Roc and Manuch, QB on ESPN Radio Phoenix. We're on FM at 98.7 HD2. We're on YouTube right now if you want to see Manuch. And that big old nose. It's huge right now. He's got a cold. And we're always on the Arizona Sports app.
I like my hat.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. It gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you, too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data rates apply.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The best in women's college basketball, the brightest stars in the game. And for the very first time, it's happening in the desert. The NCAA Women's Final Four is coming to Phoenix. 4 days of free family fun with tailgates, a concert, viewing parties, and more. April 2nd through 5th in downtown Phoenix. Free events, all ages, all weekend. NCAA.com/Women's Final Four.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the TaylorMade Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 12th through the 15th. The new TaylorMade QI 4D driver family is TaylorMade's fastest, most fittable driver line. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Ave in Glendale. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, it's always tough to get our next guest on, but when we do, we appreciate it. He's been coming on with Manuch and I for over 20 years. Charles Davis, CBS Sports NFL analyst, draft guru, joins us now on ESPN Radio Phoenix. How we doing, Charles? Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. What's going on?
I'm doing well. I trust the same for the three of you and everyone listening to it.
Absolutely. We've been talking about the new wave of quarterbacks, and of course, you know the situation here in Arizona. Gardner Minshew has been added, but the draft class, it's been labeled as a little lighter at quarterback. And I'm just curious, you know the stuff better than anybody. Would you agree, or do you see a player that really could maybe surprise people and become that franchise guy that maybe the Cardinals could pick second, third, fourth, fifth round?
Yeah, I think that I agree totally that it's lighter this year, which is very interesting because all of last year, there's a heavy discussion about 2026, huge year for college quarterbacks, so everyone be ready to go. And as time developed, that list kept dwindling, meaning we went from this guy could be a first round, that guy could be a first rounder, here's a guy who could be your guy. That list just kept dwindling. The surprise is that Ty Simpson, who last year was the first-year starter for Alabama, has emerged as kind of the consensus number 2 quarterback in this year's class. So that means Cade Klubnik, right? Garrett Nussmeier, Carson Beck, to name a few, are no longer viewed that way. The interesting part is we know Mendoza is going to go number 1. He has come through the ranks and emerged, and he's the clear number 1 quarterback. He's going to go to the worst team in the league. He's trying to do a nice job in free agency to build and welcome him so that things can be better. New coaching staff, all that. I like the move the Raiders are making to try and make this work for a young quarterback. I don't have another quarterback that I've had in my first 2 mock drafts that I would put in the first round. I don't do trades. I don't do any of that stuff. Here's the list. Here's who the team's supposed to pick, and I put people in it. But I've not put Ty Simpson in. Now, I've had plenty of my brethren, and I think you guys have seen it and heard it, who have said, hey, we think he's a top 15 quarterback, top 15 pick. Okay, cool. I don't see it that way. I see him as the guy that, all things being equal, take the NIL deal, go back to school, have another year of play, and come back next year. And I think you should be fortified in what you're doing. But I'm going to give he and his group credit. And I don't know that they've actually thought it, done it, what have you. But I think people are so shrewd these days. Dante Moore from Oregon was competition to be that number 2 quarterback. He went back to school. Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss won his lawsuit, went back to school. He would have been major competition at the number 2 spot. I feel like the Ty Simpson camp looked around and said, hold up a second. Everyone's going back to school. The other guys have fallen into a range where maybe they're the third or fourth quarterback. Maybe it's a good idea to stay in. Maybe we go in the second round at worst. Somebody grabs it. I think they played the short game really well. Does that translate into long-term success is going to be the key, right? We'll see how that goes because in recent years, less number of starts in college has correlated into more of a struggle in the NFL. But let's see how this plays out for him. Can the Cardinals find someone later? Do you believe in a Carson Beck? I think Garrett Nussmeier comes in with a lot of pro-ready qualities to him. Was supposed to be one of those top guys, but played hurt last year and the season didn't go as well as it should have. But has had a really good offseason, Senior Bowl, etc. So we'll see how it all plays out. You guys know as well as anyone. People can emerge from anywhere. But for right now, Mendoza's the clear number 1 to me. I think Simpson's 2, but I don't have him in the first round.
It's interesting, Charles, as it went through that. As I watched these young men this year, the one thing aside from Mendoza was some of the inconsistencies that I'd see in overall game. Now, we talked about Trinidad Chambliss. If the Supreme Court there in Mississippi decides to rule in favor of the NCAA and he shoots him down for that 6th year, How much of
Right.
a time frame does he have to make the decision to make himself eligible for the draft? And I agree with you. I think he's in that top, maybe he's 2 or a second or third round. I like him. He's one of my favorites. If they rule in favor of the NCAA, then what? Another appeal? I mean, how much higher can it go besides the Mississippi Supreme Court?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a really great question. Let's play the game that this ends in, right? It's Mississippi State Supreme Court. No one is, because if you're trying to go higher, you know what you're taking up? Time, right?
Yes,
and
exactly.
how long is that going to take before I can go play somewhere? Okay. So let's say this one ends it, which I think it probably will. One way or the other, we're going to know. The best thing to me that can happen to Trinidad Chandler is for this decision to come down. If indeed he has to leave Ole Miss, let it be so that he has to go into a compensatory draft. Because then he becomes a bidder, right? People have forgotten. You know, Bernie Kosar was compensatory.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay? He and his camp played it really well because Bernie was such a great student that people didn't quite figure out that he went, because back then the rules were different, right? You had to graduate, if your class had graduated, blah, 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 blah. Bernie was like a 3.7 student. And so he went ahead and graduated and kind of caught people off balance and off guard and kind of dictated himself getting to Cleveland. It worked out really well. In this case, it might be different because when's the last time we even talked about the compensatory draft? I hope it still exists. I think it still does, but I don't know. But to me, that would be the best thing in the world for him to try and find the right place for him to go. Either that or just be a pure free agent, which would be a very interesting deal for him to try and figure out where to go and do it, because less time for the evaluation, less time for people to work him out, less time for people to meet with him makes people what? Wary. Am I making a mistake? We don't really know. All we have is the tape. We haven't met the kid. All of that comes into play as well, because right now, I think that if he were to be in this year's draft, we'd be debating him, Ty Simpson, and then depending on different teams, is Garrett Nussmeier the second quarterback? Is Carson Beck the second quarterback? Drew Aller from Penn State, which I would not, but other people would because he sure as heck looks the part. You see where I'm going with this one. This is a heck of a deal. But I'm going to finish my soliloquy with this, guy. Here's where I love football. I wasn't wrong about what we were saying going into the 2026 season, was I? Everyone was going gaga about the quarterback class, remember?
Sure. Yeah.
Guess what everyone's saying about 2027? What a loaded quarterback class we're going to have. Okay, let's wait and see.
Charles Davis is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. So the Arizona Cardinals, Charles, have the number 3 pick.
Yeah.
They have no star power really whatsoever to get fans excited. They went out and signed Gardner Minshew as their backup quarterback to Jacoby Brissett. Manuch and I, at least, and we rarely agree on anything, but we do on this.
If anything, Charles.
Yeah. At number 3, we are screaming for them to take a certain running back who plays at Notre Dame. Would you see them grab Love? Because with James Conner, he got hurt in the 3rd game past season. You got nothing so far from Trey Benson. So would that be at least the spark that would get the fan base excited?
Did you say you two agree on something?
I know it's shocking. It's absolutely
shocking. I know you guys a long time. And to even come out and declare it and not have the other one go, no, I don't agree. Like, what? Am I okay here? What universe am I in right now? I'm loving this one. Look, I'm going to do 4 mock drafts when it's all said and done, okay? And you guys know what a mock draft is worth on the, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. And what's the old adage about mock drafters? When you put out a mock draft, prepare to be mocked, right? It's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
My second mock draft, I had the Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame at 3. For a lot of the reasons that you guys have already extolled. Like, look, this group has no juice, okay, or very little juice, okay? You're waiting for it still to emerge from Martin Harrison Jr., okay? Where else is it going to come from? The one thing I did think that the few times I got to see the Cardinals in the last few years, I thought that they had, they had an offensive line and wanted to run the football. When James Conner was healthy, they were able to do that fairly well. I just think that this kid is special. I know people are being kind of shying away from it again. It's the running back thing. Hey, the Raiders took Genty at 6 last year. That wasn't a bonanza. I saw the Raiders 5 times last year. Genty was taking handoffs at the same time he was getting hit. He had some of the best 2-yard loss runs I've seen in the last 10 years. Okay? At the end of the year, though, they played at Houston, and they had a day where things were working better. He was getting to the line of scrimmage. Now he's able to cut through. He ran for well over 100. He caught it out of the backfield. You're like, yep, that's exactly what he's going. So it's not him. Give him support, and he can be a star. And I think Love is going to come out with a better grade than Genty came out with out of Boise State. I think he's a better overall back. But, even if it's just by a sliver. I'm kind of with you on this one. This is a Cardinals team that needs help all over the place. I would lean into the star power. At least I did on the last mock draft. And I would totally understand Marty Ossenford went in that direction.
Yeah, and I saw your first one here. I did, Charles, you have Maliaga, the kid out of Miami. I get it, but I think to the point Jimmy and I talked, and Rock, it's like, this kid is a home run hitter. He's like a combination of Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson, and dare I say, a Genty, all in one. Our CMC, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, this kid is a generational, if he stays healthy, a generational running back that hits home runs on a regular basis. So that's,
he really
I
does.
agree.
He really
they
does.
Need some
That's
juice.
He's got juice, and he's got it. And look, the combine, as you guys know, combine's not the be-all, end-all. But it's also, sometimes we take the pendulum so far the other way. The underwear Olympics. Who cares? These guys, I want to watch them play ball. I get all of that. I really do. But the combine is a place where it either confirms a lot of things you thought about a kid. It can bring up other questions about a kid. The medical reveal can sometimes be surprising. What you get in terms of the meetings with the youngster, and then watching them perform on their day. Okay, did Jeremiah Love need to do a single thing at the combine this year? The answer is no. No, he did not need to do anything. All you need to do is come in, weigh, show up, go to meetings, call it a day, right? He decided, I'm going to do it. Okay,
loved it.
In the old days, as you guys know, if guys didn't compete, we would ding them. Remember those days?
Yeah,
we kind of moved that to the side now. We don't ding them, but you know what I do? I give a guy who does compete an extra jab. Sure. And that was Jeremiah Love. And by the way, when the cameras went off that day, guys, he went and did wide receiver drills, even though he hadn't been requested to do them. He's like, I just want to show you I can do these things. That's McCaffrey-esque. Because the year McCaffrey came out, he was the best runner, I thought, overall. And I said it on, and I've made a statement. I said, and he also runs the best routes as a receiver, even though he's not one. I'm not putting Love quite in that category as a receiver, but I think the opportunities are there for him to develop to be a heck of a combo back. I really do.
Charles, always love hearing you. Thank you so much for making some time for us today. Have a good March, and we'll be watching here in a couple months.
Yep, I appreciate it, and always great to talk with you guys. And I'm going to go lay down, put a cold compress on my head. The idea that you guys agreed on something, that's going to finish me off tonight. I am done.
It never happens, Charles. It never does.
Oh, my
Thank
God.
you, Charles.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you, guys.
you, man.
Take care.
Thank you. That's Charles Davis, CBS Sports, of course, draft guru, NFL analyst, one of the best in the business. As I mentioned from the outset, he has been coming on with us for about 20 years. And, good catch there, Manuch.
Thank you.
Hey, nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks as it gets going on in about an hour until 6 o'clock. Tequila cocktails, the bourbon, premium bourbons, the top shelf spirits over the ice balls, local craft beers. There's famous 29-degree drafts. Prepare with scratch-made bites. So when it comes to happy hour, 3 to 6, and then reverse, Twin Peaks doesn't mess around. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and scenic views. All right, Rock's Man Vice is next. Today we're talking about a party move that might divide the room, and is it rude to leave a party without saying goodbye to the host? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continues right here on ESPN Radio Phoenix.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner & Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner & Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Here's what's different about GCU. It's one of the country's biggest universities with over 360 programs shaped by industry leaders. GCU's campus ranks among the top in the nation. Most of all, GCU cares about affordability. The average federal and private loan debt for GCU undergrads is lower than the average for private nonprofit four-year universities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Every home has a story. The photo box of memories, the suit from your first big promotion, the tools your dad handed down. You're not throwing those away. Enter Space Solutions, custom closets designed to help you find more space, more organization, and real storage solutions that fit your life. Voted #1 cabinet company for the 4th year in a row by Ranking Arizona. Family owned, Arizona built, trusted by thousands of homeowners and builders shaping our state. Schedule your free design consult today at spacesolutionsaz.com.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Downtown Phoenix is turning up the volume with the NCAA Women's Final Four Super Saturday. It starts at the Super Saturday practice presented by Samsung Galaxy at Mortgage Matchup Center. One last practice for the final two teams. Plus, the Super Saturday concert presented by AT&T, a free live performance at Hance Park. Super Saturday, April 4th in downtown Phoenix. Free events, all ages, all weekend. NCAA.com/Women's Final Four.
Do you roll like rock when it comes to romance?
What do you say we go out on a date? Some chicken, maybe some sex. You know, see what happens.
Rock searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, pop culture, and even... Yeah, here's Rock's man advice.
60% of the time, it works every time.
All right, some randoms of the week for Roxman advice. And I was on the fence when it came to playing a disclaimer today. Because some of the stuff's a little out there, a little maybe too R-rated.
A little racy?
PG-13.
Okay.
So, but I'm just going to hope that if Connor feels that we went a little too far, that he'll hit the button. Okay. We have, I believe, we were a 7-second, and we moved it to 12 because of you, Jim.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
This is true.
I'm glad I
suits-
impacted. I'm glad I
The suits
impacted.
at Bonneville said, hey,
Yeah.
that Jimmy guy, there's some crap that comes out of his mouth. So, Connor, you good to go with that, just in case?
Yeah, no, I got the disclaimer ready just in case Jimmy B tries to throw any shower comments out.
That's
All
when
right.
it went to the 12th second.
I got a food trend this week.
Okay.
TikTok. That's a social media deal, Jimmy.
Oh,
TikTok.
okay.
I know you're not on it.
No.
But, it's still on MySpace. All right,
Remember
TikTok.
MySpace? Oh, my
TikTok
God.
trend. It's called scrambled eggs.
Scrambled.
Scrambled eggs.
Okay.
Fried plus scrambled. You crack the eggs in a pan. You break up the whites first, mix in the yolks later. Fans say that it's creamier than scrambled and easier than fried. So, question: better egg, scrambled, fried, or scrambled?
Over easy.
Did I say over easy? I said scrambled, fried. Now, Connor, anytime Manuch speaks, you can hit the button and turn his ass on.
I'll go
Because he makes
scrambled.
fun of Jimmy B for saying stupid stuff. He says just as much stuff.
Over easy.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll go
All
scrambled.
right,
I'll go scrambled.
happiest cities in America. A study ranked 180 U.S. cities by how happy they are. Happiness. Arizona got in the top 10 for 2 cities. If you can guess the city, Jimmy, you can have the rest of the year off.
Really?
Hey,
Look it up real quick, Jimmy.
he doesn't know how to do that. So
I know he does.
You may be able to figure it
No,
out.
I use brain power. I don't need a freaking computer. It's the happiest city in Arizona. And there's 2
No.
of them.
No. This is number 1 overall.
It's number 1 overall.
You can easily guess the cities here. I mean, there's 2, 3 really nice. I mean, all the cities here are nice, but these are a little bit above average.
I'm going to say that one of them is Flagstaff.
Do you want me to start over? I said top 10. Give me the overall number 1 city in America that is the
In
happiest.
America, Jimmy.
Not the 2. I will get to the 2.
I'm going to go Redding, California.
Very close.
Red Bluff?
No. Fremont.
Fremont. Oh,
yes.
man.
Happened. Bismarck, North Dakota was number 2. Scottsdale was number 3. South Burlington, Vermont was 4. Fargo was 5. Overland Park, Kansas was 6. Charleston, South Carolina was next. Irvine, California. Gilbert came in at number 9.
Wow.
San Jose, California was number 10. Rounding out the bottom cities. Detroit,
Not happy.
Memphis, Shreveport, Cleveland, and Toledo.
I wouldn't be happy in any of those cities either. I would put Gilbert in there, not with the cost of their water.
Really?
Oh my God, their water costs like $300 a month. It's ridiculous.
Major spike in Gilbert. I got out of there just the right
Yeah,
time.
you did.
Gilbert's gorgeous. That little
Yeah,
bar,
it-
that district.
I like it. I like the district.
Is
but
Santan considered Gilbert?
No, that's Santan Valley.
That's Shanley?
It's actually Santan
yeah,
Valley.
they're
So it's like
incorporated.
No, I don't think that's considered. It's Santan Valley.
So do you
their
write
own city.
Santan AZ
They have
in your zip?
They have incorporated as a city now.
Yeah. Did not know that. All right, kids and phones. Study of student ages 11 through 18. 0% went an entire school day without checking their phone. Average 64 phone checks per day, about 2 hours of screen time during school.
Talk about dumbing down of our youth.
Oh, yeah.
Antisocial skills on top of that.
All right, Ozempic user, GLP-1s, are buying more chocolate. Experts are saying that weight loss drugs would hurt candy sales. However, premium chocolate sales are up 17% because the people that are on Ozempic or any of the GLP-1 users.
So that
People eat less junk overall, but they're
so their excuse is, hey, I'm losing weight. I can go back to eating the chocolate bunny
Well,
on Easter.
I think it's the dark chocolate is what they're talking about. Versus
No, it's
regular
regular
chocolate.
I would have said dark chocolate.
Yeah,
dark
I would have
chocolate.
too. But
I didn't.
I know, but chocolate.
Manuch's advice, I would love that.
Yeah, dark
One
chocolate.
day, why don't we switch it?
Yeah,
It's Manuch's
because
and advice.
there's more. It's dark chocolate's healthier for you than regular chocolate.
All right, an etiquette expert says the proper way to eat cereal uses 2 utensils. Right? A spoon in the dominant hand, a fork in the other hand. The fork pushes the cereal onto the spoon to avoid splashing.
Says who? Says
I would just get a spork.
a sport.
Yeah, I remember we had that discussion. Yeah.
Where were the sports? Where was the first sport you ever got?
I would say KFC.
KFC. That was
Yeah.
it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
No, also,
See, why don't you do Manuch? I mean, I can answer.
Oh,
all
I could. Oh, yeah. KFC was the first sport I ever saw.
the first sport I ever got was in my mess kit in Boy Scouts. They had the sport in there.
So that's before
Way
KFC.
back in the
Way before KFC, they had sports.
Yeah, I got the Weeblos. I
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the Order of the Arrow, and I got to, because I'm smart.
You remember? I remember I was 129.
129.
Remember, you were
A rank.
not a rank. It was like your.
You had second. You had second
group,
class,
like,
first class.
No, it's like you were in. Somebody help me out here.
You were in
Cub Scouts, whatever. You were in all the kids from other Cub Scouts. That's Club 129. That's club.
Oh, your unit.
Your
Your
unit.
unit.
Not
Oh,
unit.
okay.
It's not unit either.
Well, you described your den. It was your den.
Yes,
That was it.
I don't
The
think
den.
that's it.
Yeah.
602-230-0620.
It's the den.
No,
What
not.
den are you in?
Hey,
Yeah.
when you guys look it up, when I don't get something, you just sit there and watch. You need to get on your computer.
So how
That's
far?
what producers do. You're supposed to help the host.
That's right. So how far did you get in Boy Scouts?
I just told you I went to Weeblos.
Okay.
The highest I went.
Oh, okay. All right.
You obviously got your.
Well, I had ordered the arrow and I made it the star.
Okay.
But I
How
never.
about Eagle Scout?
No, I
Eagle's
never,
the highest.
No,
right?
Eagle's the highest.
Yeah, I didn't get
I
there.
got too busy.
Dude, I couldn't tie the knot.
It's a half hitch. You just have to tie a
I
half
couldn't do
hitch.
it. I mean,
Wow.
I think I lasted 2 months in the Cub Scouts. I wanted to go play baseball. It interfered with my practice.
That's what happened to
All
me.
right, lads.
Troop 129.
Yeah, true.
Oh, okay.
129. Thank you.
All right. What's the
See,
den?
you guys are useless
Look up.
unless I
Wait. Look up.
No,
Den.
Den was probably
With
Girl
Cub-
Scouts.
no,
It
that
says
was
it could
Cub
be a
Scouts.
specific localized unit, but they call them troops.
Okay,
Yeah, look up
Troop
Dan.
129.
Look up Dan Cub Scouts and see if they
All right,
call.
we got to go
Cub
break
Scouts
it. I
Den.
got like 10 more of these.
Okay, go ahead.
Fire away, Rod.
Who's our guest next?
We got
we can wait. All right.
Dover
what else do I
team.
have here?
We don't have him. He's
Bracketology.
bracketology.
I know, but it's not bracket time. What do I have here? Scientists in Japan have created a new onion called the Smile Ball. Doesn't release any tear-causing gas. It's sweeter, less smellier. It's coming to the United States. Store is going to be under the name Goldies. So it's an onion that doesn't make you cry.
Yeah, get all water.
We were talking. Chick-fil-A is removed. They've removed their pea starch from their waffle fries. They added it about 2 years ago, kind of keep the fries crispy. But customers complained that it changed the taste, so they're quietly switching it back. This is good. Couples are booking separate seats on flights to avoid. We're done with that, Jimmy.
I was right.
Right with what?
Dan.
Then you get a
Good for
star.
you,
I'll give you
Jimmy.
a star. You can go put it on your.
I'm just asking him if I was right.
Take it back to Sunlight so you can tell everybody in your little take your grandfather to their work day. That's it. All right, couples are booking separate seats on flights to avoid the middle seat. Interesting. Yeah, so it's called seat divorce. You got two aisle seats, window and aisle at different rows. Many couples say they sleep or watch movies anyway, so they're sitting together. It doesn't matter, so they're being separate now. It's a big thing.
Seat divorce?
Yeah. Trader Joe's, $2 chuck. The wine. Remember that?
Yes.
Once beat 2,300 wines to win the gold medal.
Are you serious? All that stuff.
I could never shop at
Back-
Trader
oh,
Joe's. It was
man.
too expensive for me.
What else do we have here? Boston singer Tommy DiCarlo passed away on the 9th. The original singer, Brian Delp, also died on the same day.
What?
But in 2007.
Yes.
Same band, same day.
Yeah. Sad day. That is that.
I love bands. They're a great band. All right, Selection Sunday is this Sunday, and we're talking to Chris Dobertine on how the field for the NCAA Division I basketball tournament will shape up. What teams does he have? Maybe just squeaking in any early Cinderellas, just to kind of give you a little head start. If you're going to finish, if you're like me, you finish, you do your bracket immediately, so you don't have to listen to all the BS on television. So we're going to give that to you next. But first, here's another ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. Here's the latest in the Big 12 Conference Tournament quarterfinals as the Arizona Wildcats have actually just now taken out the UCF Knights. This game wrapping up just as we speak here. Arizona ends up winning 81-59. Braden Berries led the way with 21 points and 3 rebounds. In Cactus League, the Arizona Diamondbacks are currently at the Salt River Fields taking on the Colorado Rockies. They are down right now 4-2 as the Rockies are leading at the top of the fifth. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is powered by Twin Peaks and Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer. With 5 Valley locations, Twin Peaks is your go-to spot for scratch-baked game day bites. Try the new baked pretzel with Chipotle queso, double-stacked brisket nachos, or the smokestack burger loaded with smoked brisket and barbecue sauce. All perfect with a 29-degree Michelob Ultra. Chris Dobertine joins the guys next.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
This week at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, it's the TaylorMade Fitting and Bonus Trade-In event March 12th through the 15th. The new TaylorMade QI 4D driver family is TaylorMade's fastest, most fittable driver line. Take advantage of the 50% bonus trade-in towards your new purchase. Swing into Vans Golf Shops or book your fitting online at worldwidegolf.com. Trusted by golfers since 1963 and home to the legendary 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Bigger fields, bigger events, bigger experiences. Arizona Athletic Grounds. Arizona Athletic Grounds is a 275-acre sports and entertainment destination for athletes, fans, and families. Located in Mesa, AAG is one of the largest multi-sport complexes in the country, with over 475,000 square feet indoors and more than 150 fields and courts. From tournaments to training to cheer, dance, concerts, and corporate events, the Grounds does it all. Learn more at azgrounds.com.
Mania is back at Twin Peaks, and so is the Dos Millions Bracket Challenge. Fill out your bracket at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com by March 19th at 9 a.m. for a shot at $2 million. The top bracket at every Twin Peaks wins a $50 gift card. Plus, grab $15 Dos Equis buckets all day Saturday and Sunday. Cold beer, wall-to-wall games, $1 million stakes. Enter now at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-420-4556. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-420-4556. That's 888-420-4556. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-420-4556 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-420-4556.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Ave in Glendale. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, let's talk some hoops. Arizona, tough game today, huh? Really tough game. Chris Dobertine joins us, editor of Blogging the Bracket for SB Nation, and always gracious with his time every year around this time. And you can follow him on X at Chris Dobertine, and he joins us now here on ESPN Radio Phoenix. How we doing, Chris? What's going on? You ready for Selection Sunday?
I am. It's been a little bit of a weird week considering how the
past few seasons have gone, and I'm kind of enjoying it.
So the one that I'm kind of close to this because I'm an Ohio U guy, and Miami of Ohio was a rivalry. We took them to the mat on Friday. They lose today. Of course, this could be interesting. How are you looking at that? As if whoever wins the MAC, they're automatically going to be in. Do you have them on your bracket to squeeze in?
I still have Miami, and they're going into this morning. Metrically, Miami, when you average everything out, looks like an 11 or 12 seed. They probably shouldn't be in. But the one thing that the committee seems to really be looking at this year is wins above bubble. And before that game today, this morning, they were a solid 7 seed in wins above bubble. So I think even with the loss today, especially given what's gone on elsewhere, I have not had to do nearly as much speaking as I usually do at this time of year. I think that the Red Hawks are going to be okay. They may even have to go to Dayton, but I think they're going to be okay. And I honestly think that probably in the end they will be probably a 10 seed or the top 11 seed that doesn't have to go and play the extra game.
Chris, do you feel, as you just said, you're not having to do a lot of tweaking yet? But will this be, if you don't have to come Sunday, will this be maybe one of the biggest chalk years that you've had in a long time?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of things that could kind of get in the way of that, and the biggest one is the A-10. I think the A-10 at this point could have anywhere from one team, the auto bid. If that's St. Louis, they could get 3 teams. If, VCU does enough, Billikens do enough, and then, somebody like Dayton ends up winning the conference tournament. And I think the Mountain West is going to be the other conference to keep an eye on because you have, Utah State is safely in. You have New Mexico, San Diego State near the cut line, and you don't know, maybe Grand Canyon, maybe Nevada, maybe a team like that Colorado State could make a run and steal a bid too. So there is still a little bit to come. It's not necessarily going to be the power conferences doing it unless you have some kind of bid team sticking around. Right now, Auburn is losing to Tennessee, and that's going to help matters, I think. But it's going to be the Mountain West and the A-10, and with the quality of the bubble, you could possibly see a team from one of those 2 leagues, or 2 or 3 maybe even sneak in.
Chris, are we going to have to listen then to the SEC commissioner cry like a little third-grade girl who somebody stole her marker in hopscotch about why they're not getting all their teams in? Is that going to happen again?
I don't necessarily think the commissioner is going to do it, but Bruce Pearl is already, I see, backtracking and talking about propaganda and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what I would worry about. I think the league, I think he knows that this year, it hasn't been as good. Like I said, you only have that one number 1 seed contender in Florida. You have a whole bunch of teams who are probably going to be between 4 and 7 in the bracket. I think that you're probably not going to hear it there, but what you are going to see is you're probably going to see even more, of the closing of ranks by the power conferences, which has already kind of been happening in terms of scheduling this year.
Chris Nobertine is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. So my other question, since you referenced the Mountain West, what about the West Coast Conference? Is it just going to be 2 teams? St. Mary's and Gonzaga, or did Santa Clara do enough by beating St. Mary's and getting to the final game before losing to the Zags?
Oh, yeah, they did enough. They did enough at this point. And, again, it's another one of those functions where everything else that has gone on around them has really helped them out. But by winning that game over St. Mary's, I think they pretty much safely put themselves in. And they didn't get blown out. They played Gonzaga very close, and that has helped their numbers too. So I think the Broncos are very much in.
Chris, as you look at some teams that are currently living right on that bubble line, the last 4 in, maybe they'll land the first 4 out. Who are you looking at? Who are some of those teams?
I think there are a couple teams you want to keep an eye on because I'm looking at my current cut line picture right now. And of the teams that are in those last 8 spots, VCU has not played. 3 of them, Santa Clara, SMU, and Texas, are done. They've done all they can. And the 4 teams that are there, half the group is out and has lost. You look at the first 4 out, and now Auburn's probably going to take a loss. New Mexico, San Diego still got to play. Seton Hall won. Indiana, Virginia Tech are done. Oklahoma and Florida State from the power conferences are the two teams that I would keep an eye on. Both have made a late charge. Florida State is 9-2 in their last 11. They've been one of the hottest teams in the country. Oklahoma hasn't been that hot, but they're playing a lot better. They played Florida back in January and they just look all out of sorts, like they had quit. Certainly haven't quit right now, but those are the two teams in the power conferences and Seton Hall that I would kind of keep an eye on.
Along those lines, is there one team you think fans are assuming are safe, but maybe they're in some danger?
I think that's SMU. SMU is kind of right there. It's either the last team in, or the second to last team in. And since they had some injury issues, they lost that game to Louisville yesterday. I think that they could very well end up being left out if something happens in the Mountain West, or if Oklahoma or Florida State or Seton Hall keep winning.
Do you have your top 4 teams yet, or are you waiting till the tournaments, the championship tournaments right this week are over?
I think that right now I'm still sticking with the top 4 with the 4 number 1 seeds that I have in Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida. Those to me are the top 4. I think that there's a level, you can set a bar right there. I'm not going to say we're going to have an all number 1 seed Final Four for the second year in a row, but it's going to be very difficult for anybody else to kind of beat those teams. The one thing that I worry about is if I were one of those teams, say Florida ends up being the 1 seed in the South, if they put Houston as the 2, that would be something that would really make me pause on, the Gators' chances of actually repeating.
All right, take out your everything you put in that blender. Put on the basketball fan that you are. If the tournament started today, who's the team you think most likely will cut down the nets?
Right now, I would have to say Arizona, just because Michigan and Duke have injury issues. Florida, they're good, but I'm not sure that they're as good as they were last year because, again, the league was down, and they didn't play that well early in the season. Arizona, to me, is the team that has looked the most complete, and they seem to have gotten past their injury issues at this point, and you want to be the healthiest right now.
And do you feel they're past their youth issues, that they've had those 3 freshmen playing the entire year, that they're now what we call quasi-veterans here at the end of the year?
Yeah, and you could kind of see it in that game against UCF today, where for the first half, the Wildcats made the Knights look like, they were doing their Air Force impersonation from the other night, or their Sun Devil impersonation from earlier on, from yesterday against Iowa State. I thought that was going to be a repeat of that, but, UCF threw some punches, got back in it, and, the Wildcats ended up taking over again in the second half very late and made it as comfortable of a margin as you would have expected if you watched the entire game.
I know that you're doing, your bracketology and everything, but you are so dialed in. You got anything at all that you could enlighten us on for Arizona State after Bobby Hurley has been dismissed? Any tidbit where they should go, Chris?
I have not heard anything on that's the one weakness I have, is I'm not all that plugged in on the coaching side, so I've not heard anything about who they're looking for yet.
Okay. All right, we'll leave you with this one, and this one's more for I would say probably our listeners. But when it comes to the people that are filling out the brackets, what's the biggest mistake you feel fans made? Biggest mistake?
Picking too many upsets. Because remember that your first round upset is only going to be worth 1 point, but if that team that you happen to knock out goes on a run, you're losing a whole bunch of other points, and you're going to end up digging yourself a hole you can't get out of.
Good stuff.
That's great.
Chris, I'm sure we're going to be getting an opportunity to talk to you more, so thank you so much today for your time, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
You got to check them out. The blog in the bracket for SBNation.com. Follow them on all social media. Just search Chris Dover Team. And today he's brought to you by Vans Golf Shops, serving golfers since 1963. Of course, you got the 5th major going on right now with the Players, which we'll talk about that a little bit later. And their unprecedented service, their custom club fitting is the cornerstone of their business throughout the Southwest. Check out Vans Golf Shops. All right, we need to take a one caller at 602-230-0620 to challenge one of the gorgeous Twin Peaks girls here at Glendale, located at the Glendale location. Play for a Twin Peaks gift card that gets you some beers, some great food, or just food if you don't drink. Caller number 5 right now at 602-230-0620, and this is what you're going to challenge her with. We need to know who you think is going to win Suns at Indiana tonight, Clemson versus North Carolina, and then BYU Houston. We'll need the winner and score of that good one. So that's all coming up again. 602-230-0620. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks, Glendale.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
With Sun Devil women's basketball, it's not just a game, it's a show. The speed, the swagger, the no-look passes that make the crowd gasp, the intensity that feels like it could light up the court by itself. Every night, this team brings fire, fast breaks, big moments, and defensive energy you can feel from the top row to the hardwood. If you want basketball with heart, pipe, and pure showmanship, you want Sun Devil women's basketball. Get your seats now at sundeviltickets.com.
Mania is back at Twin Peaks, and so is the Dose Millions Bracket Challenge. Fill out your bracket at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com by March 19th at 9 a.m. for a shot at $2 million. The top bracket at every Twin Peaks wins a $50 gift card. Plus, grab $15 Dos Equis buckets all day Saturday and Sunday. Cold beer, wall-to-wall games, $1 million stakes. Enter now at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on an ESPN 620 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right. Win a $25 man card for one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, Tempe, and Deer Valley. Now, time for Peaks Picks.
All right, we're in Glendale today, and we have Blue with us. Blue, how long have you been working here at Twin Peaks?
Hi, I've been working here for, I think, almost 2 months now.
Ah, so you're new. The
newbie.
Where are you from originally?
I am from Arizona, here in Phoenix.
Okay, all right.
Pretty nice. I did move to Memphis for a little bit.
I like Memphis.
Yeah, really?
Fun city.
It was a fun city. It's lots of culture, culture. But yeah, I'm back here in Arizona. I love it.
Did you go to high school here?
I did,
What high
yes.
school did you go to?
I went to a agriculture and engineering school called AAEC.
Whoa. Wow. She's one of
Very
the
great.
Sharp ones.
yeah. Well, just so you know, you may
Yeah.
have a new seat on a new job. You're gonna take over from Jimmy B. So
Watch
that's good.
out.
Yeah, watch out. All right, you're competing against Mark from Scottsdale, who's on the line. So we're going to do 3 games. Suns are playing the Pacers tonight. Then Clemson, North Carolina. Then BYU, Houston. Do you like sports? Do you have a favorite team, any sport you like? Like UFC?
I think I know enough about sports. I
Just
do
enough?
like UFC. I think that's a little more interesting. Soccer, I
Like
think that's
soccer.
pretty interesting too.
All right.
But, yeah.
Well, we're going to do basketball today, all right? So we're going to
Okay.
start with NBA. So the Phoenix Suns are playing in Indianapolis. They're playing the Indiana Pacers. Who do you think's going to win this game?
Suns.
Going with the Suns. Good call there. All right. Mark, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great, thanks.
All right. So what do you think? Suns or Pacers?
Yeah, the Suns are always apt to lose this game. They don't do well when they play when they're in the over position, but I think they're going to pull this one out. I think the Suns are going to take the Pacers tonight.
All right. Like it. Okay.
All right, Blue, the second game, Clemson taking on North Carolina tonight. Who you got this one?
I'm going to go with Clemson.
Okay, you got the Tigers going. All right, Mark, which way you leaning on this one for tonight's game?
Well, I think she's got it right. I think Clemson's been strong. I think they're going to come through and win this one.
All right. So you both picked the same. So this is going to be like the tiebreaker, right? So we need the winner, and then we need the score, Blue. All right? I just
All
keep
right.
thinking of, when I hear Blue. Blue 32.
Blue
no,
33.
No, not
Like
Blue
Kate.
32. From Blue from,
Rio?
no, the movie. Old School.
You're my
Yeah,
boy, Blue.
Blue. BYU Houston. Who's going to win the game, and what's the score, Blue?
Houston, 88 to 67.
88 to 67. All right, comes down to this, Mark. What do you got for tonight's BYU Houston game?
I hate to feel like a copycat, but I think Houston's going to blow them out as well. I was going to pick Houston 85 and then BYU 55.
It is a blowout.
Wow. All right, it'll come down to the score. Hey, Mark, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, love it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
That's Mark from Scottsdale. Appreciate him playing. All right, so I know you're one of the hosts here. You coming in here.
Yeah.
So when are you normally here? So if someone wants to come in and go, hey, we want to say hi to Blue. We heard her on the radio. When are you normally here?
I'm normally here throughout the week. I work a lot of mornings. On game nights, I do work nights
Okay.
to help out here. Definitely the weekends, Friday to Sunday, I'm always here.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Blue.
So that's Blue. And, of course, Peaks Picks is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official partner of Roc and Manuch Jimmy B in our March Mania coverage. And nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks, as we got specials on Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Happy hour starts in about 6 minutes, and it goes till 6 o'clock. In addition to the beer specials with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra, you got tequila cocktails, you got the premium bourbon, the top shelf spirits over ice balls, the local craft beers, and what my favorite, the famous 29-degree drafts. And you can pair it with scratch-made bites. And when it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't mess around. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and scenic views. Oh,
I mean, we were having some fun. I mean, hey, this microphone really smells good.
Oh,
This is great.
Microphone, the improvements.
Yeah.
There was that's for sure. That's
I don't. I just sometimes I just want to hand the keys to you, Manu, and let you continue driving. So I'm not the one that's getting called to the office, to the president, to the CEO, whoever's running the show with the suit. Say, all right, Brock, your name's on the marquee first. I'm the one who goes down first, not Jimmy B.
we got you. We got your back,
Jimmy
Brock.
up for Jimmy B. They're like, oh, it's Jimmy B.
That's just Jimmy.
It's just Jimmy B. Jimmy B.
Yeah. Let's just hope the
You
principal.
can't get in any trouble. Like if you got pulled over, driving your clown car on the I-10 for speeding, and they see your, how old you are, they're like, dude, I'm glad you're, it's light out. Are you not allowed to drive at night?
Oh, no, I am. That's why I'm popular at the home. I told you that.
No.
Because I can't drive at night.
The officer's just like, we're just glad you're still on the
Yeah,
road.
yeah,
We're good.
It's just,
I mean,
slow
so
it
let me
down.
ask you,
Because
cowboy.
I know how my father, he's 82 or whatever, and I know he's that 55, 10 and 2. I can't sit. I mean, I hope he's not listening.
That drives you nuts
Oh
as a
my
passenger.
God.
Oh,
Yeah. But Dad, just
Let's get going here.
I'd rather sit in the back so I can't see.
Uh-huh.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst. Manute, you're not even better. Dude, you're terrible.
Oh,
Because I've been in a car with you, and you're so slow too.
No, I keep
I
it.
mean, I have a radar
I,
detector.
I go no more than 10 miles above the speed limit. Trust me, that's my limit.
See, I'm going.
Yeah, but you
I'm
got
on
the
that
radar.
202 going.
I was doing 82 out here in the HOP lane today.
Not looking
I have
to
an electric car. It goes faster than any other.
Oh, it does.
I don't want to do any classes on Saturday morning to
Yeah,
eliminate
yeah.
those points. Not doing that.
All right, ASU Sun Devil basketball has officially moved on from Bobby Hurley. So now the biggest questions begin. Did ASU wait too long? Or did Hurley simply just never get the support? I got a guy that's, I think, going to be a perfect fit. I'll tell you who that is next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at tra.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411 24/7. That's catering to 411 247 or Venencias.com.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
We have not played well here in years. Like since before COVID, like we had this place cooking before COVID. Now it's a sterile environment. We don't win here. We don't give our fans any reason to show up with enthusiasm to think that we're going to win a basketball game. And we have been dreadful at home for years. Even the year, I mean, I'd have to look at the exact record. The last time we did go to the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago, I don't think we were great here. Like, I think we were better freaking on the road somewhere, anywhere, So this has been going on for a while, and it's not a home court advantage. We can't win here, and bottom line.
Bobby Hurley earlier this year, I should say, when they were playing Arizona, and he was frustrated as it was a home game at Wells Fargo. Is it still Wells Fargo?
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
No, it's Desert Financial. It's the arena.
Yeah.
At ASU.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's officially out. We all know that. Now the AD, Graham Rossini, needs to find somebody. The 11-year run, he was just 185, 167, 3 NCAA appearances. He does rank as the second winningest coach in school history. Devils never won an NCAA tournament during his tenure. So now the big question starts. Did ASU wait too long to make the move, or did Hurley never get enough support to truly build a contender? And here's the bigger picture. Is ASU actually a great basketball job in the Big 12, or is this a program that's always just going to fight, and just be in the middle of the pack?
I think that one right there, until they can step up monetary-wise and go pay and get big boys for big boy basketball, especially this Big 12, they're always going to be a middle-of-the-road program. I don't care who you coach
in the Big 12.
In the Big 12. Yep. And when Ray Anderson gave that extension, at that point, they didn't realize, they're still in the Pac-12. Moving forward, they go to the Big 12. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yes.
And I think at that point, the mistake that ASU made, I don't know if you put this on Graham Rossini or some of those individuals contributing to the conference. We talked about several individuals that contributed mightily as far as, helping pay for some of these NIL deals for the Sun Devils. Unless you can step up and pay for 3, 4, 5 different guys and turn it around, you will always be mediocre. And until Sun Devil alumni or fans step up, okay, you're competitive. That's about all you're going to be, especially in the Big 12.
I don't think we're a basketball town.
I would agree with that.
Only the Sun. Oh, yeah, not a college basketball
at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the Sun Devils, they have one Elite Eight game that they got to the Elite Eight. That was in 1975. Now they're in the toughest league in college basketball. But this town has never been a basketball town.
Never.
When it comes to college.
Right.
We've hosted events here and in tournaments and things like that. And they don't sell out. And the Final Four will always sell out. but it's, I mean, there's been events over at right across from us when it was University of Phoenix. I can't remember what tournament was there. Nobody there. I mean, you could pull like Arizona up here to have a December game, and it's not selling out.
One of the things that I have discovered living here now for a number of years that I have is that the influx of the population is from everywhere. And there are Phoenicians. I mean, they're like Manuch is born and bred here.
No, it's not.
I was born in Erie. We've been here since 1960.
Okay,
So,
still
a long time.
But you know, I mean,
but
Erie, the water, I mean, explains
a lot. Explains a lot. The point I'm making is people like that though are far and few between. And when your program at ASU is not a premier program, then you don't get the attraction from the fan base. And the fan base was terrible in football. Kenny Dillingham arrives. He's able to flip that switch. But remember, in football, how many home games are you playing? You're playing 6. That's it. 6 home games. Where in college basketball, you're playing 20. So it's a case in point where Manuch, and I hate to give him credit, but he did say now that they are in the Big 12, far and away the best basketball conference in the nation. We even had Kyle Dodd on the other day, and I asked him about how Iowa State dominated ASU in the second half, and he came out and he said, I've never been in that kind of environment ever.
Second half, in the first 10 minutes.
He said the crowd is on top of you. It's packed. People are just going crazy, absolutely nuts, and they are relentless. That's what you get now in the Big 12. It's not like half-empty arenas that you had in the Pac-12.
So I think, you know, Graham Rossini, the athletic director, he's got to stop chasing big names for this job. Find the next culture guy. And I have the guy.
Okay.
And it's clear. Gamble had him on as 5. Other people have it. This isn't breaking news or I got something no one has. I just think the more that I did my homework on him, it makes too much sense. And that's Chase Colburn, the head coach at Portland State. He was a ball boy at ASU. He's got Arizona roots. He started coaching in Tempe. Won a state title at McClintock High School at the age of 26. He's a grinder. He's got that same type of Kenny Dillingham energy, which has turned this program around. He makes too much sense. And he has had an incredible year at Portland State. One of the biggest upsets in college basketball happened when Portland beat Gonzaga to snap a 20-game losing streak to Gonzaga. And what a lot of people have said was the largest West Coast Conference upset in nearly 30 years.
All right, let me make sure that I correct you here. It's University of Portland.
What did I say? Portland.
You said Portland, not Portland State.
Portland Pilots.
Yes, Portland Pilots.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
all right,
that's fine.
The only reason why you know that and no one else would have called it and said Rock was off is because you're from Oregon.
I worked there.
You worked everywhere. Why do you? We need to get this out right now. There doesn't go a day, on this freaking program that you don't tell us where you've worked. We know you've worked in every city in the United States.
Every one of them.
You don't need to tell our guests.
Puerto Rico,
like we had Dobertine on. You had to tell them. Charlie Davis. You had to tell them. Who did we have in the first hour? Rick Coro. I worked in Louisville. I mean, we know you don't have to sell us anymore. You've been with us 7 years. You're not an intern anymore.
I was I never said anything about me being there. I was just helping you out to make sure you said
I
Portland or Portland State.
I know it's nothing to do with that. I appreciate that you correct.
Okay,
but he worked there.
But you don't need to.
I never said that.
You just said it. You just said it.
You did.
Anyway, Colburn makes sense. He checks the boxes, and it's the Portland State Vikings or the Portland State. Were they ever called the Pilots?
That's Portland.
Portland are the Pilots.
Yeah. So you can tell I follow the West Coast. I do know you got a kid who started coaching in our backyard.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to Kenny Dillingham. Kenny, it was at Chaparral, had all the success, and here he is, wins it. You went to McClintock, right?
Yep.
Went with Nuches. I mean,
I
he'll
know.
write a check.
Yeah.
I'll write a check if you hire a local
need some
kid.
help?
Here's
Absolutely.
Manuch will write a check. Get that, Graham, you listening?
I will get that.
Manuch will write a check. All those football kids he coaches,
Absolutely.
he's got money coming out of his
You're
ears.
right.
Here's my point. Kenny Dillingham had stints at Auburn, at Oregon. Right now, Coburn's claim to fame is Portland State. So I'm just saying.
well, I mean,
you can't equate it to what Kenny Dillingham's
Okay,
resume.
let me pump the brakes on that. A good coach is a good coach.
I
don't care where you're
agree
at.
with that. Yep.
If he can get, I think what Rock's alluding to is the culture, get these kids to play hard. Now, he can't do it by just the culture play. He's got to go have, if they want to turn it around, if they want all that good coaching and enthusiasm and high energy and grinder and all the things you're saying, Rock, then he's not going to come here to be a middle of the road program. Then you got to make a decision, Graham Rossini, to go ahead and pay for dudes. And then, they could really have some.
I'd rather them save their money on the head coach.
Oh, I agree with that.
I mean, you get a guy named, you get this Coburn guy who went to ASU from here. You're going to get him for a good deal. He wants the opportunity to get out of Portland, and he gets to come to his alma mater, and he's going to be able to recruit like crazy. He's young. He's 42. Why spend all the money on a coach when you need that money to pay for
I
players?
agree with that. I don't think the money's spent on the coach. I think the money's going to be spent on the players. It's bottom line. You got to go get players. Spend the money on the players. And he can coach them up.
If ASU doesn't hire this guy, somebody else will.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, he's first in this league.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been there 5 years. He's had success. So I think if you look at it, he's definitely
the one guy that I would at least call who is from here as well, but he's older, but he's had great success, is Randy Bennett at St. Mary's.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Is Randy Bennett. However, he's 62 or 3, I think, now, and he may be looking to just, hey, look, I've got a great deal here in beautiful Moraga, California. We go to the dance every year, and we win games. So,
well, last year we had him on our show. I was pushing. I thought Bobby was going to go last year.
Yeah.
And I went with Greg McDermott. If you remember, this
Yep,
great
I remember that.
Blue Jay guy.
Yep.
He's father of an NBA player. I mean, he's going to know a lot. I mean, he would make sense. I believe he spends a lot of time. Lives here in Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, wherever it is, and he seems like a guy. He's been a Creighton for a long time.
He has.
And before that, he was at Iowa State, and he was at Northern Iowa.
Yep.
And he's been at some smaller schools. He's got over 62% winning percentage. He
produces NBA players.
Yeah. And guys, the other thing, too, is those are all good choices. Those are some of the name choices. I even thought about the guy from Miami of Ohio.
Yeah,
he's going to
get some.
He's going to get
play.
a big time job. He'll get some play. But I think the one thing,
Nobody
too,
knows
is
his name, but yeah.
yeah, exactly. Did a hell of a job, 31-0 until today. I think that one of the things too is if they feel they can be successful where they're at and continue to be successful, I don't think this basketball program at ASU is a sleeping giant. It's going to be mediocre forever. It always has.
I won't say forever, Manuch, but it's going to take a lot.
Though.
I know.
What makes it forever? Come on, we've had some good coaches here.
There have been
50 years here.
Breeder, did Herb Sendek win when he was here?
Ups and downs.
Okay.
Dude, we used to bring him on our show, and he was so like, the pizza guy would be at the door, and he would put us on hold. We heard, we're like, come on.
It wasn't as bad as Pat Murphy, who's baseball coach.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah.
But I just think that if you're going to leave a
Breeder, I mean, we've had
Bill
some.
Breeder, and if Bill pretty much with the headache Smith thing came down, that was it.
Yeah.
So but he was coming. Where did he come from? Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, wow, Bill Frieder. You got to remember though, they let him go. They found out he was interviewing at ASU.
Right.
They let him go before the tournament started, and he came out here. But yeah, that guy. But in those days, it was all about recruiting. Now, whatever money you were given was under the table.
Right.
He could go get some guys. Now, okay, what's your bid? So if you got the top 25 AAU players coming out of high school, our top players, okay, what's my number? What's my bid? Urban Meyer talked about that. He recruited these kids. So why would you leave a Miami of Ohio or something that's a decent program? You're going to have success, have a better chance, then come to ASU when
You're in the big,
it's a
big sky or the West Coast. conference or the MAC, you're going to any Big 12 school you can go.
That don't matter.
Right.
I could see that.
Right.
But I'm talking about some of those Midwest schools or whatever.
Unless you like to be a big fish in a little pond. I mean, that's probably
Could
why
be.
McDermott stayed at Creighton for as long as he has.
And I think maybe
He owns it.
some of these contracts about McDermott or some of these other guys, they might get their contracts bumped to prevent them from moving on.
Well, yeah.
To go to ASU, which
It
makes
happens
sense.
all the time. I know this is kind of a side note, but I just want to say this for a while. You know, we're at Twin Peaks, and if say that the Dodgers are playing the Padres right now,
Okay.
why would you wear your Philly jersey?
That always drives your nuts.
It's just I don't get it.
They're in the mood.
I mean,
Get in the mood.
I'm not,
It's the only jersey he has.
I'm not putting on Philly. I stop putting it. But any, a Yankee fan, whatever. I mean, what is it? You pound your chest? You're at a game where the two teams aren't even playing. They don't even play in the Grapefruit or in the Cactus League.
Yeah.
They play in the Grapefruit League.
It's just one thing.
I mean, one thing to wear a hat, but when you're wearing the full uni with the jersey and the hat, it's like it just doesn't make any sense.
You get the full regalia going strong, Rock. You get him in the mood.
I mean, I blame parents. I blame parents. Man, I don't know.
Can I
My
say
parents-
something? Yeah. I will second that motion. There's a lot of parents out there that want their kids to be their buddies versus parenting. So you're on the right track. I know that for sure.
I'm gonna.
And you're not a parent. You're a parent.
Yeah. All right, our sports shuffle is coming up. We have a single baseball card that just sold for $5.2 million. Plus a major change coming to Sunday Night Football. Fans are loving it. Plus, we want to get into PGA Tour. There's some big structural changes that I want to tap into. It's all next in the Sports Shuffle. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Glendale.
This is Jason Schecterly, former Phoenix police officer. There's nothing more important to a first responder than focusing on their mental health. And there's nothing better for that mental health than golf, friends, music, drinks, food, fun. Join us for the Heroes Golf Classic Tournament at the Weston Kierland Golf Course on Friday, May 8th. If you're not a golfer, show up for the after party and benefit concert with the best cover band in Arizona, Rock Lobster. Proceeds are going to benefit the 100 Club of Arizona. The 100 Club provides support for our first responders through critical incidents, injury prevention, mental health, and scholarship. Every day, our public safety members put their lives on the line, and we are their backup. So come out and join us on May 8th. To register, go to our website, 100club.org, and click on the events page. Again, 100club.org. Click on the events page, register for the tournament, and we will see you on May 8th.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Learn and Row, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Hey, every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, make sure you're locked in for the Lopes Report, powered by Global Credit Union, on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on ESPN Radio Phoenix. Each week, the guys are talking GCU athletics, the playmakers, the coaches, and the people building one of the fastest rising programs in the country. And if you miss it live, we've got you covered. Every Lopes Report is posted on the Arizona Sports app and the guys' social platforms. The Lopes Report, Tuesdays at 2. Powered by Global Credit Union.
Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? Let me tempt you. Start your Rodizio experience with our hot, unlimited appetizers. Indulge on our award-winning gourmet salad bar with over 35 items. Then, 16 delicious, sizzling, rotisserie grilled meats and grilled items like our tender top sirloin and Rodizio's signature glazed pineapple, as much as you'd like. Rodizio Grill, the Brazilian steakhouse.
Located in Mesa, North Scottsdale.
It's Thursday, and welcome to Lodge Mentality. The guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Ave in Glendale. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree beer. Here's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, during the break, Manuch showed me a picture of him and Jimmy B and his sister Diane.
Yeah.
And she's very Diane. She's awesome. Diane is 5'3", barely. So the picture has Jimmy B. It's Manuch, it's Diane, and then it's Jimmy B. And what's so funny about this picture is that she's 5'3", and Jimmy B. on his Wikipedia has him at 5'7".
Yep.
Clearly not 5'7". But what Jimmy B does to the picture to make him taller is he lifts the top of his hat, the bill, so it makes you look taller, taller, and he gets on his tippy toes. It's the equivalent, and guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's equivalent is whenever you take a picture with your girl, and she kind of turns her knee, and so she's like kind of, you know how they all like turn their little pose? Yeah. You know the old women do that? I don't know why that freaking they do that, but you know what I'm saying? We're on YouTube. But literally, they all like turn to their side.
Look, he's giving us a demonstration.
Because you know what it is. And every guy listening knows exactly what I'm talking about. They do. Why do girls turn like to the left or to the right? They do that little pose. That little pose. Yeah. Wait. You got to do it again. Yeah. Why do girls pose when you take pictures? I don't get that.
Yeah, that little pose.
Why would they do that?
But Jimmy, when you stand on your tiptoes, you're barely my sister's height. And you said you're 5'7"?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
we can
you're
bump
not.
that. We can bump that one.
Dude, we're gonna get like if anybody has like a house where your kids growing and you like every
got markers on it.
Can we bring Jimmy over and we can do
5'7". We've been telling you for years you're only barely 5'5".
What's the Kyler Murray news?
Yep, just broke.
Is he
1 year deal with the Vikings?
Yeah, nothing too breaking, but he signed a 1 year deal
so
with
funny
the Vikings.
how all these pundits, even people in our family of stations. Oh, I've been saying this for months. It's going to be Minnesota. Dude, everybody's been saying it. I said the first week of the year last year, all my Minnesota Vikings guys, hey guys, enjoy Kyler Murray next year.
Yep.
I feel so sorry.
Be careful what you ask for.
No, they don't want him.
Yeah, I
you
know.
ask one fan that wants him. That's a Minnesota Viking fan. I can tell you there are so many pissed off Viking fans right now because they don't want Kyler.
And the other thing, too, is
because they've been living here watching him the last 7 years.
And they did get rid of their general manager, drafted J.J. McCarthy.
They
so
did.
the key is, will he compete for that starting job, or are they going to give it to him? So it's a competition?
Yep, he's competing with number 10 overall pick J.J. McCarthy. He's already owed the $36.8 million from Arizona, so he signed a veteran league minimum.
I wish we were playing them this year, but we're not. Instead we get Detroit again.
The main reason that they fired their GM was because he told everybody to let Sam Darnold walk.
Right.
That's why they fired
So
him.
now that, guys, and can we just, to every radio station in the market, and TV guys, now that Kyler's gone, can we stop talking about him?
Please. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm serious. I mean, all this, everybody's doing it. Here, we're doing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's so just enamored about Kyler Murray. It's a train wreck. Let's close the book. Everybody said goodbye, both sides. Yep. Let's move on, and let's worry about Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett in next year's draft so they can get a quarterback.
What's interesting about this deal is the 1 year contract includes a no tag clause so that he's set up to be a top free agent in the 2027
Sure. Oh, yeah,
class.
absolutely.
Yeah, he wants to prove if
Smart
he goes
agent.
in there.
Yeah, smart agent.
And he'll prove that the 1 year deal, if he plays, they'll see what kind of incentives he has.
How do we get around? We're going to have Howard Balzer on in about, 7 minutes. Is there a way we could do a segment without asking about Kyler? Or do we have to ask him about
I think
Kyler?
we'll probably have to. I'm sorry. Our silent protest. No questions about Kyler Murray.
Seriously, it's unbelievable listening to talk radio in
I
our
know,
market.
I know.
It's like, let it go.
Probably after
We all knew
today,
he
we
was
can
gone.
let it go.
After today.
And when did he become the second coming?
Yes,
of that quarterback?
all the talking heads, that's what they were saying. Oh, Kyler Murray, he's right at the top here. Somebody's going to get a really good.
Flavor of
What
the
are you
week.
talking
Flavor
about?
of the week. We all know. We saw him.
We saw it.
We know he's challenged. And Jimmy, you can relate.
I
He's
can.
challenged because of the height.
He stands
And-
on his tiptoes as well.
All right, a historic piece of baseball memorabilia just shattered records. A 1-of-1 trading card of Aaron Judge sold for $5.2 million. That set the modern day record for a baseball card. Now, this card features him. It's an autograph and a patch tied to his historic 62 home run season. Of course, he broke the single season. And this is a big deal. I mean, $5 million. The guy that bought it, or gal, whoever it was, what do you do with it? Is it like you want it like you're a professional and you want it in the background when you're doing your Zoom call? I mean, how do you benefit by having it? You're not impressing a girl.
No.
I mean, you're not impressing anybody.
No.
Is it like having an antique car and your buddies come over and you see your car collection? Hey, let's look at this. I paid 5.2, or you need a write-off. I mean, how do you justify $5.2 million for a baseball?
I have no idea.
Or
Or how long do you hold it before you try to sell it
you
down the road?
back.
Well, you think maybe 10 years down the road.
Maybe
he
he's
holds
just a
on to it.
huge Yankee fan and thought he had
Well,
to have.
if he goes on and breaks the all-time home run record,
Yeah.
10, 12 years from now, he has that. He goes, okay, I bought it for 5.2. I'll sell it to you for 7. So that's the investment he's making, betting on the come right now.
How did it work for Todd McFarlane with the
Oh, my goodness.
Mark McGuire
I
baseball?
remember that.
Yeah.
Well,
Did he get his money back?
Well, no. When the
Exactly.
steroids and that all hit,
It's stupid. That's what you need to say to this guy. Mark McGuire, McFarland. What else did
Sosa,
he do?
all the above. Yeah,
Oh.
that was those figurines that he used to make all the time.
Now-
When he bought that card.
This next story, I don't agree with, but there are a lot of NFL fans that are celebrating the change that is coming to Sunday Night Football on NBC. Do you know what that change is, Jimmy B?
Yes, they cut Tony Dungy.
You're absolutely correct. He will not be returning. I have always liked Tony Dungy. I don't know why people have a problem with a Super Bowl winning head coach, being a regular voice for coverage on NBC. And their reaction is, all right, he's out. This is a good thing. Now, if people want a new look, a fresh voice on their broadcast, I'm in favor of that. But when you got a key analyst, like a guy that has had success and is he does speaking engagements and he's really into family and all these projects outside of television, he is a very recognizable guy that is no longer going to be on Sunday Night
I think
Football.
what's happening with a lot of these entertainment venues, I love his information. I agree with you. But I think sometimes they want someone with
They want
more.
a Pat McAfee.
Yeah, they want more entertainment value. They want more pizzazz. He's just very dull. So what? See, I think they've gone over the edge with a lot of that. And I think that's the main reason.
That's what everybody has done, though. So everybody's looking for the guy to shock you. And Tony Dungy obviously is not that guy. The other thing that I also saw is that they were looking to cut staff a little bit as well.
And his salary.
So his salary's pretty high, and so he was. I liked him, so
Gonna
he's
miss him.
probably one of the.
Unless part of this is on him, he's just kind of done, which could be the case.
Could be.
But hopefully he'll end up on the.
How long was it? 17 years he's been there.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, 17 years he's been there.
Wow, I'm sure money had a lot to do.
Oh
with it.
yeah.
All right, Cardinals. For the last time, we're going to talk about Kyler Murray with Howard Balzer because he signed today a 1-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. You Vikings fans are celebrating. Happy hour is going to be slammed everywhere because people are celebrating. They got their guy. They got their guy. I can't wait to talk to my Viking fans. It just have so much fun. They got to be so pissed off. Oh, Howard Balzer wins.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. In the Big 12 Conference Tournament quarterfinals, the Arizona Wildcats cruised past the UCF Knights 81-59. Leading the way for Arizona was Braden Burries with 21 points, while Toby Awaka added a 12-point, 12-rebound double-double. In the Mountain West quarterfinals right now, the Grand Canyon Lopes are currently winning against the UNR Wolfpack. That score was 23-17 last I checked. We'll go ahead and get an update on that before the show's over. And in the Cactus League play, the Arizona Diamondbacks are at the Colorado Rockies at the Salt River Fields. Right now, mid-7, that score is 12-2 in favor of the Rockies. This ESPN 620 Sports Center update is powered by Twin Peaks and Michelob Ultra, the superior light beer. With 5 Valley locations, Twin Peaks is your go-to spot for scratch-made game day bites. All perfect with 29-degree Michelob Ultra draft beers. Wall-to-wall sports at Twin Peaks. Each brings scenic views.
We get it. A meal shouldn't cost you nearly $20. And we agree. At Venezia's Pizzeria, lunch or dinner for under $10 is still a thing. And for an even sweeter deal, stop in and grab a Slice Rewards card. Get a stamp for every qualifying Slice special. 10 visits, 1 free qualifying special. Simple. And every Tuesday, we double your stamps. That's your free pizza twice as fast. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition with great rewards.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward. Mania is back at Twin Peaks, and so is the Dose Millions Bracket Challenge. Fill out your bracket at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com by March 19th at 9 a.m. for a shot at $2 million. The top bracket at every Twin Peaks wins a $50 gift card. Plus, grab $15 Dos Equis buckets all day Saturday and Sunday. Cold beer, wall-to-wall games, $1 million stakes. Enter now at twinpeaksbracketchallenge.com.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at amazonbusiness.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and co-host of the Pro Football Hall of Fame show on Sirius XM. A Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, Howard, with the news today, not a shocker, not breaking, with Kyler Murray going to Minnesota on a one-year deal. When are we going to be done in this community, in this city, to stop talking about Kyler Murray? Are we going to be like, it's the, Channel 10, Channel 12 news Sunday night? We're going to be doing highlights every Sunday on what he's doing in Minnesota. Why is the city so enamored by Kyler Murray?
The Murray tracker.
Well, he's been one of those, I guess it's fair to say, polarizing figures because it always seems, I wasn't here for his first year, but got here for his second season. And it always seems like there's always been half the people love him and half the people hate him. There's no in between. And so I don't think it's going to stop now because if he plays well with Minnesota and they win games, then the Kyler supporters are going to say, see, he got good coaching. He got good players around him. He went to a good situation. If he doesn't play well, then the other half just see he really wasn't much. He can't do this. He can't do that. So who knows? I don't know if it'll ever end as long as he's playing. And I do think this. You can't encapsulate everything he did in 7 years in one one 30-second soundbite, but I don't think there's any doubt that a lot of the things that are blamed on him is done by those who just don't get it. And, you still hear how, oh, man, he was the reason in 2021 when everything went to hell in the second half of the season. Well, he contributed, obviously, but they also lost Hopkins. They lost one of their running backs for half the season. He was playing injured when he came back from his ankle injury. But in this environment, in this atmosphere, and it's always been like that to a degree, guys, that when a team doesn't play well on offense, it's the quarterback's fault. When they play well, it's the quarterback. And it's as if nobody else on the field exists. And I think that's unfortunate. You always hear, well, quarterbacks get too much of the credit, too much of the blame. That's the way it is. Well, why is it that way? Why should it be that way? Don't people have the ability to actually analyze situations with teams? But that's the way it is. I'll give you a quick example. When now all the people all last year were saying, man, it's pretty amazing what Jacoby Brissett's been able to do. Well, now the haters are coming out of the woodwork and saying, well, Monty Ossenfort screwed up the whole quarterback thing. This guy was 1-11 last year. He's never been a winning quarterback. And so I pointed out on Twitter the other day that Sam Darnold, before going to Minnesota 2 seasons ago, was 31-55 in his career. Well, first of all, wins and losses should never be a quarterback stat. But I said, that's what the team's record was. And then someone said to me, oh, are you actually saying Jacoby Brissett is better than Sam Darnold? I mean, that's the mindset that you deal with at times. But there's no quarterback that can do it by themselves. But I guess a lot of people believe they can.
Howard Balzer joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Do you see a scenario? I know there's been reports that Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback right now, but do you see a scenario where Gardner Minshew could challenge him for the starting job?
I get in any environment you can say, well, if Jacoby Brissett stinks it up, and then okay, maybe we got to look at this. But I don't anticipate that happening. And yeah, there's all this narrative out there started by people in certain websites that just love to create stuff and say that it's generally known that Jacoby Brissett is going to be gone. Really? I don't know where anyone would say that. And then there's reports, well, he hasn't been told that he's the starter. Well, I mean, do you have to do that? Is Mike LaFleur supposed to walk into the office in March and say, you're our starter? I mean, it's just crazy. And so, I believe, and I'm not going to overrate Jacoby Brissett. All I'm saying is with the market that's out there, who are you going to get? And personally, I think they were smart not to go all in on Malik Willis. But I think with a running game and with a better offensive line, this team should be better. Now, how much better? It's not going to be huge, obviously. And we know that Jacoby Brissett is not the long-term answer. I've never said that. But you can be competitive and win some games with him, win some of those close games. Like I said, if you have a running game and an offensive line that can protect the quarterback. But you can't protect the quarterback when you don't have a running game. And he was sacked 43 times in his 12 games last year. And that was because the other team knew they were going to pass on every down because they couldn't run. So I think given the circumstances, this is the best they're probably going to do. I think it's going to be very curious. We'll be talking for the next month and a half. Will the Cardinals draft the quarterback in the second? We talked about this last week, in the second or third round, that they believe that they could be a developmental guy. And I think that's going to be the next interesting thing to see what happens.
All right, I think right now, as far as the free agency is concerned, I think the Siamalu pick up the 3-year deal with him coming from Pittsburgh. I feel, quite frankly, to your point, as an offense, as a guard to help that offensive line, in my mind, the best value the Cardinals have gotten so far in free agency.
He's very good value. Although I'll say this, I mean, he got pretty good money, and he got starters money. I think a lot of the other guys, you could argue, they're kind of backups or rotation guys, whether it's Roy Lopez or Tyler Algier or a lot of these other guys. But I think they got good value with a lot of the guys that they signed. And I hear people saying, "Well, why are you signing all these backups?" And these are the same people who complain all year that Cardinals don't have any depth. I mean, it's just hilarious. Kendrick Bourne, good example, a veteran guy. He's not a great player, but who's your third receiver? I mean, third receivers start a lot of games in this league, and you add him to that group with Wilson and with Marvin Harrison Jr. and with Trey McBride. And you've got some guys, and if the running backs stay healthy, you've got some guys that can be a competent offense there. And I don't know how many people can look at this and just automatically dismiss that that's a possibility. Biggest question to me on the offense is who's going to be the right tackle. That, to me, is the big question now. And, Elijah Wilkinson started 17 games for the Falcons last year. And I put someone on Twitter who knows football so well said somehow he started 17 games. Well, guess what? Falcons were a pretty good offense last year. They were the fifth best team in the league in sacks. They had a running back, John Robinson, who went over 1,400 yards, and they were a competent offense. And so I think some people just love to criticize, and just love, to put out this stuff so they'll come and listen to their podcast.
I'm with you, Howard. Social media, everybody has to hate on everybody. It's truly amazing. My question to you is not a Kyler Murray question. My question to you is number 3 draft pick that the Cardinals have. We are screaming for some pizzazz on this team. Something that'll get some juice flowing. You got it. And inspire the fans to get excited. That player is Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. Will they take him or will they pass and continue to shore up the offensive line?
I don't know if they'll shore up. I think they'll pass on him. I do. And that's not to say that he couldn't come in and help this football team. But in 3 years, even if he's pretty darn good, 3 years are going to be saying, well, what are we going to pay him now to keep him? And no team wants to pay that money to those running backs. One of the reasons why the Seahawks lost Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. And so I don't know if it'll be an offensive lineman. I don't know if it'll be an edge rusher. But to me, you just draft a guy who's going to come in and be a starter and is going to help your football team. The team can't be running. You worry about giving it juice or giving it pizzazz or, all those other things. You're just trying to put the best football team together that you can. And if that's a guy to come in and play right tackle, well, guess what? If you do that, then you're getting guys who can help those other guys on offense give you that juice. And that's what you do, in this league, And if it's another edge rusher, I'd have no problem with that. And there was a crazy rumor today that I don't know if someone just made it up or whatever, about Josh Sweat went into the Cardinals and asked to be traded.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, when I hate to give it any credence, but when Jonathan Gannon, got fired. And so, I'll say this. I think it was probably made up, but of course everyone has to react to it. I'll say this. He's due a $7.2 million guaranteed option bonus in 7 days. And although it's guaranteed, I think they're responsible for it anyway. So they basically have to pay it. And so that gives him $17 million of guaranteed money this year and a $31 million cap hit if you trade him before June 1st. I doubt. And first of all, if they would trade it, they would do it before that date, so the other team would have to pay that bonus. I don't see Michael Bidwell paying $7.2 million to Josh Sweat and then signing off on a trade after that happens. That's not cap. That's just actual cash. I just don't see that happening. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised with an edge rusher or something else. And I wouldn't be surprised at this. If some other team really wants Jeremiah Love, trade down. Trade down a few picks and pick up some other, some extra choices and be able to help your football team in some other area.
Howard, what are you working on right now? What are we going to see at USA Today and Cardwire?
Yeah, just keeping up with all the moves and charting when these contracts come in. I will say this real quick. I wish people who talk about the salary cap all the time would actually study and understand how the salary cap works. I mean, they still have a ton of space. And these are people who don't even know what Ciomalo counts, don't know what these other guys count against the cap, but also don't take into account that the rookie class is going to take up $12 million of your salary cap when they make the team. You need $5 million for your practice squad, much less have a cushion for injury reserve because of all the money. I'm going to have a story on this when the dust clears on all this stuff. The Cardinals last year, guys, I said all year about how many games the guys missed were on injured and all that stuff. I decided, and I thought to myself one day, how much money did the Cardinals have spent on the cap last year for guys that were on injured reserve? Not even taking into account guys that missed games but weren't on injured reserve, but missed games because of injury. They had $76 million counting against the cap for players that were on injured reserve last season. I defy anyone to call me up or email me or tweet me and say, well, all teams have injuries. No one has them to that level. And in fact, a guy named Aaron Schatz, who does a stat called adjusted games lost, said that in all the time he's been figuring that out, and he concentrates more on starters and guys who have big roles on the teams, he had the Cardinals with the second highest since he's ever done this study last year. That's how much the injuries affected them. So that still remains the biggest thing. So bottom line, like I said, you're not going to save $76 million for the cap, but you're going to have a cushion because you're going to have guys on injury reserve, and you have to plan for all that. So it's not like you have extra money in the cap and you just spend it all. But a lot of people just don't understand that.
If you need to hit up Howard, it's at 8balls721. So there you have it. You threw it out there. Howard, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Take care.
That's Howard Balzer, of course. He's a Pro Football Hall of Fame voter, covers the cards from CardsWire at USAtoday.com. And he is brought to you today by All City Towing. They are Arizona's largest towing company. Whether you're stranded or you need some professional transport, All City has the experience to get the job done right. 24/7, 365 days a year. They're hiring. Great company. If you want to join a team that wins, and they are the biggest and best in the state, then head to allcitytowing.com. That's allcitytowing.com. All right, Chris Dobertine was on with us earlier. We asked him what's the biggest mistake people make when they fill out their bracket. We'll play that for you next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Glendale, Twin Peaks.
Game on Peoria. When it's time to eat big, drink cold, and watch every play, make it Big's American Bar and Grill in the P83 district. Big's is serving up huge portions of your favorites. Burgers, wings, nachos, plus a full bar and TVs everywhere you look. And don't miss happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6:30 p.m. with $2 off well drinks and $2 off domestic drafts, plus daily specials all week long. Bring your friends, grab a seat on the patio, and settle in for the game. Big's American Bar and Grill, where Peoria comes to play, eat, and watch.
Phoenix, if you need a plumber, call the team that does it the right way. Victory Plumbing Arizona. It's particular plumbing for particular people with upfront pricing before the work starts. So there's no surprises when the job's done. And here's a deal just for listeners. Tell them you heard Victory Plumbing on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and they'll waive the service charge. For leaks, clogs, water heaters, or anything plumbing, book today at victoryplumbingarizona.com. ROC number 268603.
There's nothing like it. The rush when the band plays, the roar when the Sun Devils take the court, the energy that shakes the building and pulls you to your feet. This is Sun Devil men's basketball, where every night brings the sound of something electric, something unpredictable, something you have to feel to believe. From the first tip to the final buzzer, Sun Devil Hoops is where passion lives. Be a part of it. Bring the noise, and let's light up Desert Financial Arena together. Get your seats now at sundeviltickets.com.
Let me remind you, Thursdays are where the weekend starts at Twin Peaks Restaurant. Grab an ice-cold Bud Light or a refreshing Michelob Ultra and catch wall-to-wall sports on massive TVs everywhere you look. Big games, cold beer, made from scratch food. Start your weekend early with Bud Light and Michelob Ultra. Thursdays at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online help questions required.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Picking too many upsets. Because remember that your first round upset is only going to be worth 1 point. But if that team that you happen to knock out goes on a run, you're losing a whole bunch of other points, and you're going to end up digging yourself a hole you can't get out of.
That's our favorite guy to break down all of the brackets. That is Chris Doberty earlier today on the show. And it is good enough for our Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Interact. Need to check. Just make one call, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. Once again, Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. All right, what's on tap tonight? It is presented by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. It is Bud Light, the official partner of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's March Mania coverage. Tonight, it is on Channel 3 and our sister station, 98.7 Arizona Sports. The Suns on the road against the Indiana Pacers, plus the fact all of the ESPN channels are carrying the conference tournaments as well. And right now, we can tell you at the half, Grand Canyon out in front of Nevada, 40-34 in the Mountain West quarterfinals. Grand Canyon leads by 6. If you want to watch it, it is on CBS Sports Network. All right, State 48 Roofing, it's your call. Question of the day, State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. You want to get it before leaks take place. Make your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, Arizona's #1 preferred roofer. Just go online. Visit state48roofing.com or go old school and just call them 480-268-4509. Manuch, what do you got?
All right, what's the biggest bracket mistake people make, as you just heard Chris Doberty talk about? Is it A, picking too many upsets, as Chris mentioned, B, picking too many favorites, C, ignoring the mid-majors, or D, letting emotions decide? Just go to @Roc and Manuch on X or @Roc and Manuch on Instagram. Before we get the results from Connor, which way did you go on this one, Jimmy B?
I went picking too many upsets. That's where I went.
I did the same thing, picking too many upsets. Laz?
I think that letting your emotions decide can be a problem because of fandom, but I think when you pick too many upsets, that's the problem in today's new day and age. Because like we've talked about before, NIL and everything, these favorites are so much top heavier nowadays.
All right, Connor, what did you pick, and then what are the results?
Yeah, I went with you two as well. I said picking too many favorites could get you caught up. It looks like we have a three-way tie at 33% each. We have one of those being letting emotions decide, one of those being picking too many upsets, as we all talked about. And the odd one out is someone said picking too many favorites, which I guess is also a fair strategy if you look at it like that.
You know, I the last couple of years, the way the parity's been, I've kind of gone the chalk the last couple of years. It done fairly well, all things considered.
Absolutely.
And but there's that one team that's making the move. Jimmy, you brought this up about a week ago with Florida. You know, will they be a top seed? Seems like they probably will be a top seed.
I agree.
And the other question mark is Duke's got one main injury, and one of the other individuals may or may not make it back for the NCAA tournament starting next week. So all of a sudden, do they wane in how far they go? You have one of your mainstays out with a foot injury the rest of the year, and another kid that may be back, and then you look at the other 4 or 5 that are there. That's the only kind of discrepancy I think I've looked at it. Otherwise, I just pretty much go to chalk.
I'll give you an example where you talk about kids out and then coming back. Advent is a top player for Tennessee. He comes back today, and they end up winning, and he scores like 26 points in the game. And now he's really going to get more comfortable. That makes Tennessee even better because he's one of their top players.
Who was the player that came on the scene last year? Was it for Tennessee or LSU? The kid was just on a heater.
Oh, Dalton Connect. Tennessee.
Yeah, he was
He
on
was.
fire.
Yeah.
And you went, wow. Now, I don't know how the folks that set everything up look at that, but I thought Tennessee got ranked a little higher than they should have because of Dalton Connect.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things you kind of look at the whole thing, and as Rock alluded to at Chris Dobertine, when you throw all this stuff in the blender, they have a pretty good track record of what works and what doesn't work. We talked about Miami of Ohio. They lost today for the first time, and I'm sure they'll be there. But where are they going to be bracketed? And what slot will they be at? And that whole slot thing, and you look at the history, you look at are they healthy, are they not healthy, how they did the tournament or didn't do in the tournament, or if they're a team that struggled, they get hot in the tournament.
Right.
I mean, there's like 11 to 90 factors that these guys look at. That's why when I listen, unfortunately, I listen to a lot before I lay the bracket out. But Jay Billis has always been pretty much spot on.
He's really good at it.
He is good. And there's a couple other guys, but Jay Billis, he's got it all figured out, or at least as much as he can. And more times than not, I'll listen to him. But then you just kind of go, well, I've seen him more. Well, I really haven't seen him more than Jay Billis.
Yeah.
So it's just an interesting pick. But I'm like I would never pick the upsets just to go, well, they're due. I'm going to go with the favorites and move on from there.
Manuch, where are we going to be tomorrow, and who are the guests?
Tomorrow we're going to be at Reich Toyota. We'll have Ryan Hansen on, the color analyst for the U of A Wildcats. Scott Spreitzer will join us. Janelle Daly is going to join us at 3 o'clock for a couple of segments. She is a health enthusiast.
Okay.
Help you out health-wise. Then Mike Akers, former NAU head basketball coach, at 3:30. All mañana por mañana y Friday. Roc and Manuch, Gimme B.
I love it. Twin Peaks is where we've been today here in Glendale. Nobody does it better than Twin Peaks at happy hour from 3 until 6. Premium bourbon, top shelf spirits over ice balls, local craft beers. It's all available at Twin Peaks. Each drink scenic views. Thank you, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who